70 The Fan.
It's awesome you guys are here. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Busy day. Really good guests. I cannot wait to talk to TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell is going to join us at the Pacers, and I've got to give him props because this is a Pacers off day after last night, and they went on the road in Minneapolis, and they've got that home-and-home with the Timberwolves last night with a win, and then Friday night, that's their final home game. Final home game for the next 5 as they go on that 5-game Western road swing this weekend, beginning in Denver. But I'm going to have to give him credit for calling in here on his off day, or take some crap for it, either one, whatever. But we do appreciate it. TJ McConnell's going to join us today, coming up somewhere around 4:05, somewhere in that neighborhood in the 4 o'clock hour. He's going to join us. Mike Chappell, CBS 4, Fox 59. Dive into more NFL, Colts stuff. Talk about the Championship Sunday coming up with Mike in the 5 o'clock hour. And Greg Lansing, you know I've got to give the Trees some love. Indiana State a winner last night. It really wasn't a great night for local winning. Indiana State cashes in last night at home over Evansville, and we'll give my Trees some love with Greg Lansing. He's going to call in here coming up at 3:45. So Greg Lansing, TJ McConnell, and Mike Chappell all coming up on the show today. Remember, Robert Tonyan, the tight end for Green Bay. Packers out in Frisco coming up on Sunday for that NFC title game. And the Packers tight end is going to call in coming up on tomorrow's show. So can't wait for that. You're asking maybe if you don't know. All right, so why? I mean, nobody's the Packers, whatever. What's the tie-in? He's an Indiana State guy, much like me. A couple of things in common. Just a couple of sycamores having a conversation regarding the NFC title game coming up on tomorrow's show. So there is a beginning. Now, I was mentioning this. Yeah, Pacers got a win last night. Indiana State got a win last night. IU and Butler, on the other hand, did not. And it's kind of interesting to watch both of those games. IU gets tough to watch because mistakes are made, you miss shots. And then there was one when Geo Baker got that putback, not on the dunk, but the layup that was missed. I think Young missed a layup, and then Baker was like running the floor. And most of the other IU dudes were not running the floor. That's the stuff that would piss me off, is that. All right. So you didn't recruit anybody that can shoot a damn three, and that's clear, and we've talked about that. The head coach says that they can, but it's the lack of execution. But you watch them last night. What were they, 2 of 19 or what, 2 of 20? It's brutal to watch. They just can't. So what are you going to do about that if not only they can't shoot it, or if they don't have anybody to teach them to be able to shoot it, whatever it is. I mean, occasionally Devontae Green will get hot, and that sure as hell wasn't last night. I thought Eric Sur made a great comment when I was driving home listening to the game. Devontae Green got in there literally and in 3 seconds put up a shot. I mean, dude had not one bead of sweat on him and just put that son of a gun up. But they can't shoot. They didn't shoot last night. It is going to be a struggle for a lot of teams, most teams, if not all teams, in the Big Ten to win on the road. Going to be a struggle, but more so for a team that can't find it with both hands in shooting. And that's tough. That is going to remain a factor. So that you just kind of, all right, whatever. But sometimes the effort, not getting back on that particular play, as I was watching that and heard from a lot of you, that is the biggest bummer. Because that game was still, it's not like Rutgers is going to run away and hide from anybody. They're better. That's great, but they're still Rutgers. Who are they going to run away from? But that is, I guess, life in the Big Ten on the road. And really life of watching IU basketball. That's just kind of the expectation. I mean, hell, you expected that when they played Rutgers before Rutgers had this so-called resurgence. That was kind of the expectation anyway. So the 2-game win streak for IU snapped last night in Rutgers. If you guys want to bring that up, you can. Another road test coming up on Saturday at Nebraska. for IU, and then a couple of back-to-back home dates that are really difficult, Michigan State and Maryland, 23rd and the 26th. So IU Hoopage, if you guys want to jump in on that, you certainly can. It was disappointing watching Butler because Butler had been so good in closing out games this year, being tougher then. Now, does it surprise me that you lose at home to Seton Hall? No, because, this is a team that had a big lead, blew it, and had to come from behind on the road against St. John's. So, yeah, that part doesn't surprise me. Seton Hall has got some players. And what you found out if you watched Butler and Seton Hall last night, Seton Hall's got some guys that can close and making shots. And that's what they did, and Butler didn't. Some things that you expected to go down, some plays that you have seen made all season, to the tune of one loss on the road at Baylor and a 5th ranking in the nation. They just didn't do what they had done so far this year. And really, they didn't do what we had talked about them being so good at. Closing games, just kind of out-toughing, out-grinding the other team. Last night, that was Seton Hall doing that. And then throwing in some shot-making ability as well. Powell's pretty damn good, and he's going to continue to put it up. It's not like all of a sudden if he misses a couple, he's going to get shy about it. Still does it. So, Butler Bulldog fans, if you want to talk about that, we can put you up there as well. Dogs 15-2, 3-1. The reason why we were talking yesterday to Mark Minner, I felt for Butler this game was so important is because now you go back-to-back on the road in the Big East. Seton Hall goes now to the top spot of the Big East Conference, and you've got back-to-back games on the road at again, I'll use the word resurgent, against a resurgent DePaul team and Villanova lurking on the 21st next Tuesday. So, and now that puts even more of a premium. There's a premium on wins on the road anyway. Hell, in the Big Ten, if you can string together a couple of wins on the road, you're probably going to finish in the top 3 of the conference. Let's get a couple of road wins. The team that ultimately wins more than the others on the road, you're going to end up winning that conference. With Butler, now you put a premium because you lose at home on having to take 1 or 2 back on the road. And then getting thrust out onto the road coming up in your next 2. That's difficult. DePaul in the past, basically DePaul, since Dallas Comegys has been an easy mark. Tom Kleinschmidt, Dallas Comegys, are going all the way back to the day when Ray Meyer was the coach before his son took over, Joey Meyer, back when they were really good, nationally really good each and every year. They've been kind of the doormat. Better this year, though. Those are going to be back-to-back tough Big East games on the road coming up for Butler. That's Saturday at DePaul at 1 o'clock, and then coming up next Tuesday at Villanova. All right, as I mentioned, Sycamores win. Pacers win last night, and it wasn't nothing at all pretty about it. There was no beauty in it. Minnesota's a bad team. Minnesota's been a fumbling team so far this year out west, and not a good shooting team, and they shot the lights out of the first half. And I didn't know last night if I were going to blame that more on, the lack of Pacer D or just the fact that these guys were hitting shots that they just hadn't hit all season long. And I don't claim to be this great insider on Timberwolves basketball, but they had guys hitting shots last night that just hadn't consistently done that this year. Had they played that way more consistently, their record would not be what it is out west. And that's what the Pacers got in the first half. Now, they got a team that knocked down shots, and they got a team that was more motivated, more excited, more confident by virtue of doing something that, for the most part, this year they had not done. And you might say, man, you got to beat them. Yeah, the Pacers still kind of clunky here or there. I would say, you survived on a night where a team was feeling itself, and it was. It was feeling it. It's a bad team. In the NBA, man, that is such a long-ass, see you, Todd, long-ass – sorry, my fist bump disrupted my thought process, which doesn't take much, by the way. But it's such a grind, and it's so long, a marathon, whatever. And you're going to end up playing teams, especially on the road, that aren't very good, that don't have a good record, that you kind of look at in the stat sheet and go, you're not too much worried about. I mean, if you're being honest, that are going to give you all types of trouble. And believe me, the Pacers are going to see this on the road coming up in this 5-gamer. I mean, Denver and Utah notwithstanding, they have been very good this year. The Jazz to the tune of, 10 consecutive. You saw Denver's act here week and a half, 2 weeks ago, where they bring the same talented dudes right at you. It is like it's an onslaught of the same productive, athletic, scoring type of dudes, just right at you. I mean, Jokic is different, no doubt, but everybody else around him is kind of the same guy from top to bottom. And they're really good at it. But you're going to get 3 teams that really haven't been very good. Now, I will say this about Portland. If you watched Portland last night, they handed Houston their second consecutive loss, and that was in Houston last night. In Portland, that was the type of Portland team, if you watched it last night, that's the type of Portland team that everybody was expecting to see this year, that you hadn't yet seen, that had been a disappointment. That was the team that people were looking for real. I mean, Lillard playing well, McCollum playing well. That gives time for people to tell me how the Pacers should have picked up Carmelo Anthony. And Carmelo Anthony knocked down shots last night. But you get that. Anyway, it's going to be a tough 5-gamer, so you got to take care of what you can take care of. And to get back to my point, sometimes you're going to play these teams, especially on the road, where their record's not very good, yet they're going to have a hot night that's very uncharacteristic for them. And Minnesota last night had that in the first half. But give credit where credit is due. The Pacers in the second half stepped up, and I thought Chris Denari said this, and it was incredibly accurate. At one point in the third quarter, he said, you know what, Quinn, it kind of feels like if this Pacer team can go on a run, they can, put the foot on this Timberwolves team, and Minnesota would go away, and you kind of felt that as well. Pacers needed a run. Domas Sabonis absolutely owned that game, especially in the first half. They had zero answer. And you can see his season from top to bottom, from where they began to where they are right now, because I think unofficially this is the halfway point in the NBA season. And I think everybody out there right now that's a Pacer fan would take being 11 games over 500 at the halfway point. With no Vic, and considering that some major components of this team has missed some time. I think everybody out there is going to be incredibly happy about where this team is right now. But last night against a not-so-good team, once again, you saw why Domas Sabonis should be an NBA All-Star. Because he was doing it on both ends. I mean, it was just – it's not what you normally see in the NBA. If you saw yesterday what was tweeted out on these shots this year compared to how many years ago was it prior? 20 years ago? I mean, everything is from distance because, I said this back in 1989. I said this back in 1987, 88 when high school brought in the three-point shot. Three's better than two. Let's take the three. It just took everybody in the world because I'm smarter than everybody, I guess, right, Kyle? Is that it? Took everybody in the world. Finally, everybody's onto that. Three's better than two. You would think that it would happen quicker. Not quite true. But three is better than two, and it has been forever. And the Pacers and Domas Sabonis you saw a different game. I mean, this guy goes in the post and just challenges dudes, and Timberwolves last night just bounced off of him. I mean, they either bounced off of him, whether it was Naz Reid, who didn't want much of it whatsoever, the rookie from LSU, or anybody else. Just kind of bounced, Jing from Louisville, just kind of bounced off of him. And I thought he solidified last night why he should be an NBA All-Star. And not just by the numbers alone, but what was going on as he was putting up the numbers. Because essentially he was keeping them in a game where they might have find themselves, 15, 16 points behind at some point by virtue of that. They just, everybody else was kind of stuck in neutral a little bit, and Domas was just doing what he's done all year. And that is play at an all-star level, which I think he absolutely positively has deserved. And I'm assuming most of you would agree with me on that. We can discuss it if you want to do Pacers at 239-1070. Email address is jmv@1070thefan.com. Yeah, once again, you got a great night off the bench with TJ McConnell. If I were to tell you last summer when Kevin Pritchard and Chad Buchanan and the man with two brains, when they put together this roster, would you have liked it as much then as certainly you do now? Because remember, we all had our patterns. I mean, everybody in the world wanted to see Tyreek Evans get the hell out of Dodge. I mean, everybody did. Everybody was glad about that. However, there was uncertainty. I mean, you lose a guy like Boyan, you're thinking, okay, so how are you going to replace this? I mean, it was more than just a subtle changeover, personnel-wise, and you have to be ecstatic about the work they've done. Just ecstatic. Now, we're going to talk to one guy. What's up, buddy? Coming up here at 4:05, and TJ McConnell, nobody out there thought that he was going to be as exciting to watch, as enjoyable, as playmaking. I mean, this does, I mean, for him, it does go past just bringing that energy, because that's now that's your expectation. And we'll talk about this a little bit later on. Your expectation for him is to go in and to be what he was in that Philly game. Falling out of bounds, making a shot, falling out of bounds, feeling you get fouled. But you know what? You don't turn and look at the official, hey, and complain. What did he do? He got up and he sprinted down the floor and got a rip. Who was it? Was it Beto? I think it was the Philly guard that was off the bench. How many times is it, once a game at least, do you see TJ McConnell taking advantage of there are a hell of a lot of games during the NBA season, nonchalant inbounds pass, backcourt pass, looking up the floor. It's at least once a game he does that.
Especially right now,
yeah.
When a lot of NBA players, are sort of going through the motions. He doesn't at all.
He sits on that.
Yeah.
He sits on the inbounds pass. Hell, I think he did it a couple of times last night. Man, he'll get you. He'll get you because his and I know that it's cliched, and it wears me out as much as it wears you out. And I know what you're about to say. It's cliched, but man, the motor is always going, and it's pegged in the red. Just not a lot of guys play like that. And I know this. I know fans of whatever form of basketball it is in this state. What everybody always says, you know what? The bottom line, this is how I want my kid to play. If you're a coach, this is how I want my kids to play. I bet you more times than not, especially to younger kids that are learning, what you explain is exactly what McConnell does. As a mentor, as a coach, as a teacher, as an instructor, I think everybody's definition of playing hard and playing basketball, the way people around here want to see it and how it is taught to younger kids, I bet you that player is in McConnell and what you see. That's what he delivers every night. I can't remember a time when he decelerated. I can remember a time when he rolled an ankle and got pissed. We'll talk to him coming up at about 4:05 today. I can't wait. And again, credit where credit is due. It's the day off, and he's going to call in here and get to talk to a clown. So hopefully he's thrilled with that. Mike Chappell, 5 o'clock. Greg Lansing's coming up here at 3:45. All right, 239-1070. Email address is jmv@1070thefan.com. Pacer fans, if you want to jump on board, you can. Halfway through the season, we'll get the thoughts. Saw Boston lose at home last night to Detroit. And granted, the Pacers have lost 3 times to Detroit. The Pacers lost on the road to Cleveland. Pacers lost on the road to Atlanta. They do have some bad losses in there. But is this a team? Vic's return, see what happens. Is this a team that should be able? Can you compete for a 2 seed? Like, there's nobody going to compete with Milwaukee for the 1, but can you compete for the 2? I have said before, 4 or 3, and I haven't gone all the way to say, well, yeah, there's Boston sitting at number 2. Can you compete? Can this team compete for a 2 seed? We'll talk about that coming up, too. More on the whole baseball saga, and I told you yesterday that it was going to happen, and it did. The Mets and Carlos Beltran, he's not even managed 1 second, not 1 inning, not 1 pitch, nothing. First season on the job, got the gig, and now has lost the gig as a result of the Astros sign-stealing scandal. The thing that really excites me about this entire thing is I haven't seen one gate attached to this. Have you seen sign-stealing gate? I mean, normally now, everybody's so damn lazy, you got to put gate on it. I haven't seen a gate. I'm happy for the gate, or lack thereof gate, but I have not seen one damn gate. The sign-stealing scandal rocks Major League Baseball. Does this ultimately all because you know everybody, how many others you think are doing it? Maybe not that elaborately, but how many are still doing it?
I bet you at least five, 6 teams have something
So
that they're doing.
What else are we going to dig up here? Do you see where they're blaming Mike Fiers, right? The former pitcher of the Astros.
Well, he's just the one that put his name on it and said, "Hey, this is what we were doing." He gave it legs.
Would you blame? Who was it? Was it Jessica Mendoza that said this morning? Yeah, she was saying, she was basically saying, condone cheating, blame the squealer, not those that were cheating. Is that where we are?
Well,
do you blame the messenger on this?
Some people are saying because she's part of the Mets front office. Now Carlos Beltran stepped down, and hey, we don't want Carlos Beltran stepping down. Try to throw some fire on this guy, and maybe we can keep him, and that didn't work.
There you go. See how much more. This is layered as hell. This is like a really good off-season baseball soap opera right here. It is. Do you think they would have won a World Series without this?
It's been close. I don't know.
I would say, I bet they still win a World Series without it. I bet they would have. With that talent, that is a talented group.
They had the same talent, if not more talent, this last year, and they didn't win it.
Antonio Brown's agent has terminated the relationship. Did you guys see that? That's according to a source at ESPN.com. Terminated the relationship. That is, of course, the noted Drew Rosenhaus. The Antonio Brown thing, and I think we're more like clowning it right now and making fun of it. This thing is going to end so badly. So badly. I mean, you can just see it. I mean, just stupidity. Odell Beckham Jr., what? He's handing out money. LSU said it was fake. Oh, you know what? Now we got to double back and say it was real money. And then he's slapping a cop on the ass in the locker room, and the cop is saying, put out your cigars. This is a non-smoking, and here we go. It's an episode of Jerry Stinkin' Springer coming up here. All right, quick break. Let's get to you coming up on the other side. Greg Lansing at 3:45. Indiana State with a win over Evansville last night in Mo Valley Conference play over at the Holman Center. TJ McConnell of the Pacers coming up at 4:05 today. You will not want to miss that. And Mike Chappell coming up at 5 o'clock. Indy Golf Expo tickets. We got Foreigner, Kansas, and Europe. Zach Brown Band, and got an interesting weekend planned, guys. A little music for you. We'll talk about that. And what we'll be doing here. I think I got another takeover on the schedule coming up on Saturday. That and more with you, your calls, tweets, and emails. You guys are asking about the UFC thing. I'll tell you a little bit about that later on. I'm not the biggest UFC dude in the world, but this does pique my interest. That and more with you. Other side next.
Get ready for even more excitement and winning at Central Indiana's hottest entertainment destinations. Live table games are now here at Perez Hoosier Park and Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. It's what you've been waiting for. Live blackjack, craps, roulette, baccarat, three-card poker, and Mississippi Stud. Add in the play-by-play action of sports betting and the newest and hottest slots. 2020 will be the biggest year of winning yet. Join us at Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson and Indiana Grand in Shelbyville. Your favorite gaming, racing, dining, and entertainment destinations. For more info, visit harrahshoosierpark.com or indianagrand.com. Must be 18 or older to wager on horse racing at racetracks and 21 or older to gamble at sports books and casinos. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Please drink responsibly.
At IUPUI, creating tradition is a team sport. It takes players who compete with ferocious determination. It takes fans who go above and beyond. It takes you. We need you to rise up and support us, to energize us and intimidate our opponents. So roar with all your might. Cram the Coliseum this Saturday at the State Fairgrounds. Saturday at noon, it's an Adidas t-shirt giveaway as the Jaguars play host to UIC. Tickets and information at IUPUIJags.com. Together we'll launch a new era of victory at IUPUI. Find out how to roar with the Jags at IUPUIJags.com.
If you're looking for a dependable pre-owned commercial work truck, one name says it all. Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Box trucks, cargo vans, flatbeds. If it's a work truck you need, you'll find it at Indy Trucks. Plus, they're inspected, certified, and come with a 3,000-mile, 3-year repair warranty. Get top dollar for your trade-in. And easy financing is available if you need it at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Indy Trucks, we'll be looking for you.
Hey, it's Rob Belushi from the Bill Estes Ford family in Brownsburg. We just celebrated the new year, but here, the party is just beginning.
Rob, quiet down in the dealership.
Oh, Brian, I'm just excited. We're kicking off the year with a huge sale. Leave 2019 in the rear view and start 2020 in a new way. New year, new decade, new car, new feeling.
Yeah, get 30% off the new F-150. We've never offered a price this low and we may never again. Also, get up to $6,000 off new Explorers, Rangers, and Fusions.
This year, we doubled our lot size to give you more options. That means we need your trades. We'll give you up to $4,000 more for your trade and get you in a new car today. Drive away with 30% off a new F-150 or up to $6,000 off other great inventory. Push the ignition on your new Ford. Your key is waiting at Bill Estes Ford in Brownsburg. Brian, let's have some champagne and toast to savings.
Drinking at work, Rob?
But if you love what you do, are you really at work? Ponder that while I sip on this.
Zach Brown Band, live. Roar with the Lions Tour, presented by Polaris. Friday night, September 11th, Ruoff Music Center. Zach Brown Band with special guest. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at ZachBrownBand.com.
I watch Fox 59 News every day. Fox 59 keeps me more informed.
They just know their stuff. They're on top of it.
Fox 59, honestly, at 10 o'clock is perfect for me.
It's a great way to get ready for bed and chill out and see what's going on.
Bench and Stinger, she's classic.
Dan Sealer knows exactly what he's talking about.
Brian Wilkes, he's been a guy that I've been going to for my weather needs for a long time.
I think they have the best weather, and I definitely trust them.
They're just more reliable, a little more in-depth,
and that's why I enjoy it.
Central Indiana's #1 local news. We are Fox 59. Fox Sunday.
911, what's your emergency?
It's an all-new 911 series.
This crew can't just be good, you gotta be the best.
New city.
Welcome to Austin.
New heroes.
Austin FD, coming through.
Same call.
Fall back! Fall back!
Rob Lowe.
Let's show 'em what we got.
Liv Tyler.
In Texas, you do what I say, Captain.
911 Lone Star. The 2-night premiere event begins Sunday after the NFC Championship on Fox 59.
Hey, homeowners, if you're in need of a great plumber, call my friends over at Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing in Broad Ripple. I know you're thinking, Dan, you always talk about Larry and his heating and cooling company. Little known fact, Larry's got a great team of plumbers. They have fixed some of the toughest challenges of their customers. Whether you need regular maintenance, a repair, or new installation, the Howald team keeps all things flowing properly in your house. I promise you can trust flush to my friends at Howald. Give them a call, 317-255-4328.
Hey, January's here. You know about January sports. Awesome. How about getting in and even enjoying more so the action with FanDuel Sportsbook? FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 online sportsbook for a reason. They've got all the bets you could want. Great, easy-to-use app. New promotions every day. And once you win, you get your cash back fast. So if you've been holding out, try this on for size. FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new users their first bet risk-free. That means you can place any bet within 7 days of signing up, and FanDuel Sportsbook will refund you up to $500 in site credit if you don't win. So, title games this weekend, at the UFC fight, maybe an NBA game. Do it to claim your risk-free bet. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Utilize the App Store to do it, or FanDuel.com/Android. But just be sure to use the promo code JMV. That's promo code JMV for your first bet risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook. Must be at least 21 and present in Indiana. Site credit is now withdrawable and expires 14 days after receipt. Terms and restrictions apply. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
It's the Indiana Golf Expo, January 17th through 19th at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Get top golf credit and 6 rounds of golf while they last, presented by Indy Star. Test with PGA Tour Superstore, enjoy the sales, play the Central Indiana Golf Dealers Long Putt, and get golf fit with Methodist Sports Medicine at the Golf Expo, January 17th through 19th at the State Fairgrounds. Sponsored by 107.5 The Fan, Amstel Light, Fuzzy's Vodka, Korn Ferry Tour Championship, and Visit Indiana Golf. Details at ingolfexpo.com.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today for no credit needed financing and the lowest price on every tire every day. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
2020 is officially underway, and if you're even considering buying a home this year, it's never too early to be pre-approved, and it only takes 5 minutes at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Ride with JMV.
Ahoy, Ploy.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Our friend Greg Lansing, Indiana State head coach, coming up in a bit. TJ McConnell, 4 o'clock hour. You won't want to miss that. Mike Chappell's in here at 5-2. At JMV 1070 on Twitter, BT says, were they talented without cheating or talented because of cheating? I would happen to believe they were talented without it. An edge, no damn doubt, but I think they were talented without it. JMV. What is this now? Would love to hear your opinion. Is Steph Curry really a better player than Kobe or Iverson? Oh, not Kobe. I would put him in front of Iverson because of all that he has accomplished, but not Kobe. Fair? Fair. Josh says cheating is a part of baseball. Cork bats, emery boards, sign stealing. Only gamblers get punished. Let them play. Let them play. That's a good reference right there, Bad News Bears and breaking training. Bob Watson and the gang back in the day. Kelly Leak and his dad, William Devane. JMV, we live in a state that loves basketball, that grows up loving basketball. How can IU and Archie not find anybody to shoot it better than what we have seen, especially last night? That is beyond. I thought Demezi Anderson was supposed to be a three-point shooter. I don't know if I've ever seen him hit one. I'm sure he has, but I'm not sure that I've seen it. Yeah, they can't. They can't, and they try, and they can't. Again, Big Ten. The Big Ten's going to be one. You're going to be at the top of the Big Ten. You string together just a couple of road wins. You're going to be nice. This is the way that it looks across the board right now. And I'm not trying to persuade anybody not to. IU still. You take care of business at home, and then where the hell about trying to get a road win? But the shooting aspect of it still has everybody talking, no question. All right, Jonah's at 239-1070 talking Pacers. Jonah, go ahead. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Great, go ahead.
So I have a comment about the Pacers, but first, I am a new listener, and what you said about QNS the other day was very classy, and I really thought that was awesome, and now I'm I've listened to your show for a few days now, and I really do enjoy it. So
well, I appreciate you for saying that, and they're my friends, and
Right.
and I want to see them succeed. And even though we are in the same time slot, we were never, ever at any time competitors. I've known Jake for 17 years, and we talk weekly. So it sucks, and it sucks for them especially, and it sucks for me. It sucks for everybody around here because we need the more voices, the better, man. There's no question.
And the way you said it was very awesome.
Thank you. That's very nice, Jonah. Thank you.
So I live in Arizona. I've lived here for 3 years. So I listen to the Pacer games with Mark Boyle almost every game, and then I check out highlights on YouTube. And even Mark said last night, great shot by the Timberwolves, and they did make some really hard shots.
Yep.
But what I'm encouraged to see is Pacers teams in the past, when a bad team finds lightning in a bottle, they never really made adjustments to come back and win these games. And this year, the Pacers are doing just that. And I'm really encouraged to see that. And, this 5-game road trip, I'm actually going to go to the game against Phoenix here next Wednesday. So I'm excited to see them. But I think if they can get this, a 3-2 road trip would be a huge success for them. And I love the way that they come back against adversity.
I will also tell you this. I think you need to give it up to Nate. Nate has made in-game rotational adjustments that some coaches don't do. I mean, you saw it again last night. I mean, they kept Domas out there, went small, and put Miles on the bench, and that's what was necessary against that group, especially in the first half that had shot it so well, and that was what was necessary to close, and Nate has been really good at doing just that.
Yeah, and I agree. I think Nate has caught some unfair criticism by the fans. I don't think he's the best coach, but I think he does well enough, especially against teams that are being assembled basically overnight in the last 2 of the last 3 off seasons. And I don't see a lot of coaches doing that. And he really adapts well.
Yeah, and people got on him around here for a lot of stuff, but I think he's been really good in trying to figure out bits and pieces to help this team because there are so many new faces that had to be difficult. And you saw it. I mean, they at the beginning of the season, they were discombobulated as hell. And there are going to be moments when Vic returns where you're still going to see some of that discombobulation. But all in all, it's going to be a benefit. And I think Nate's really worked this team and the new faces in and found ways to win when maybe one thing's not working at one time and other things are. He's done a really good job with it. Anything else, Jonah?
No, I think that's it. But you're right. It was really quick how they turned it around after the 4th game.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Hey, thank you.
Jonah, thanks for the kind words, too, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. All right, quick break and we'll come back. Eric, if you're on hold, we'll do that. Other side, Greg Lansing's the head coach of Indiana State. That's my alma mater, and I'm always going to give him love. Went over Evansville last night. We'll get Coach Lansing on here, talk about that, talk about the Mo Valley, and a lot more. TJ McConnell at 4:05, and a can't miss. Mike Chappell in the 5, and your chance to win about 10 minutes away. I'll tell you what you're going to win. Sit tight.
Kids, tell your parents about Forum Credit Union's Sprout of the Month contest, where you could win $100 in a Sprout account. Details online now, 1075thefan.com.
This is Jack and Jane.
TV dinners.
Before Jack went to Diamonds Direct to find something special for Jane. This is Jack and Jane after Jack gave Jane the gift from Diamonds Direct.
Love you!
The difference makes all the difference. Put a little pep in your relationship step. It's easy with Diamonds Direct's everyday gift collection. Birthdays, anniversaries, push presents, or just because. We've got the latest fashion-forward jewelry from the world's top designers. Lots of one-of-a-kind pieces, too. Jewelry she'll cherish forever at the guaranteed best value prices in America. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands. Just the right gift to kick your relationship up a notch. So when Jack and Jane feel a little... maybe it's time for a little... Yes! From Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct. Diamonds, engagement rings, and so much more. Highest quality, best prices every day. Get directions, store hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey, Johnny, I got a great idea for you. So Johnny Chris love heating and air. In this case, this time of year, just love heating. But they're celebrating 100 years, their 100th anniversary. You know how good you have to be around to sustain, much less thrive and be great as they have for 100 years? That's how you know you're dealing with the best. And with the best come the great deals. And because we're celebrating their 100th anniversary, here's the deal that they're giving you for this time of year. Love Heating offering a 92% high-efficiency gas furnace installed, just $2,100. Now, this is a limited-time offer. It is complete. Now, it's going to last while their supplies last as well, but the price includes equipment, materials, and labor. This is a great deal right now. So giving back to you for 100 years of greatness. Love Heating, offering a 92% high-efficiency gas furnace installed for just $2,100. Make no mistake, they're the absolute best. So if you're searching for the heating this time of year, the cooling in the summertime, one place and one place only to go because you've been doing it for 100 years. It's Love Heating online, love-hvac.com.
Busy schedule? Don't sweat it. Does your gym really have everything you're looking for? The Monon Community Center has all you need for a full-body workout, including a fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment, free weights, indoor track, indoor lap pool, and group fitness classes, including boot camp and 30-minute express classes. When working out is this easy, there are no excuses. Memberships are just $42 per month. One price, one place, all access. Purchase now at CarmelClayParks.com.
Hey, it's Big Joe, and it's a new year, so make sure that you're safe all year long with a AAA membership. AAA gives you and your loved ones peace of mind for about $6 a month. You spent that on postage for a dozen Christmas cards. You get a flat tire, dead battery. Maybe you lock your keys in your car. Don't sweat it. Just call AAA. And because it's January and cold outside, you don't want to be stranded alongside the road. You don't ever want to be stranded alongside the road. And you certainly don't want your loved one to be stranded either. Kids going back and forth to college, a spouse going to and from work, or maybe you in your own parking garage. AAA has over 60 million members nationwide. That's up 1 million from last year. It's such a smart investment. And for about $6 a month, for membership information, visit AAA.com or call 844-AAA-GO. AAA can also help you with auto, home, and life insurance. And don't forget about AAA Advantages when you're planning and booking vacations. Again, you can stop by an office, go to AAA.com, or just call them up at 844-AAA-GO.
Let's ride along with Chip Wood and daughter Anna in the 1990s.
These new Cooper tires are pretty cool, huh?
Can we get ice cream?
New Coopers. Perfect alignment. How's that make you feel?
Hungry.
Did you ever wonder why everybody doesn't include a free alignment with a standard 4-tire installation?
Why, Dad?
Because they're corporate pinheads.
Oh.
But we run tire discounters our way.
Everybody gets ice cream?
This week, every customer gets the Friends and Family discount. Why? Because we can.
I'm Marcus, and I'm a contractor. When I put new windows in my home, I used Anderson 400 series windows because they're a snap to install. And as a homeowner, I only want the best. So if I installed anything less, I'd have to call myself and say, "What were you thinking?" And I'd say back, "I guess I wasn't." And who wants to have that conversation with themselves? So just go with Anderson 400 series. They're better for contractors and homeowners.
Anderson 400 series windows. The window contractors trust most in their own homes. Based on 2018 survey of contractors about Anderson 400 series clad windows.
If you're looking for a dependable pre-owned commercial work truck, one name says it all. Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Box trucks, cargo vans, flatbeds. If it's a work truck you need, you'll find it at Indy Trucks. Plus, they're inspected, certified, and come with a 3,000-mile, 3-year repair warranty. Get top dollar for your trade-in. And easy financing is available if you need it at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Indy Trucks, we'll be looking for you.
The Butler Bulldogs head to Chicago to face the DePaul Blue Demons. Saturday at 12:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Thank you for your support.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Just did a good job of attacking, and we did a good job of getting him the ball. We had space. He had space in the middle of the floor, and I thought our guys did a good job of attacking.
So Nate from last night talking about Domas, who was just downright, how should I put this? He was dominant last night, 29-13, especially early on and hanging this team in the game. when Minnesota was knocking down shots they don't usually knock down. It could have been an even bigger lead, but they hang in, end up winning by 5. Home and home, back half of that. Bankers Life Fieldhouse coming up tomorrow night. TJ McConnell's going to join us at 4:05. We'll talk about that and a lot more with The Injection. I will ask him about that nickname, too, The Injection, if he's down with it. The couch comment to Brett Brown as he was mic'd up. It's another one. See, I'm just coming up with stuff right now. Top of mind with TJ McConnell at 4:05. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, he is a friend of the show. He is coaching up, as he normally does, my alma mater. They get a win last night over Evansville at the Holman Center. He's Greg Lansing. Well done, sir. Well done.
Well, I appreciate that. Hey, you got T.J. McConnell on after. I might have to stay on and listen. I'm a big fan there.
I would hope you'd stay on and listen anyway.
Well, we got practice here coming. You can probably hear the balls bouncing, so we got to keep getting better.
You do got to keep getting better, and I'm happy for that. Certainly, well, you can turn me up in there if you want. I don't think that's going to bug anybody.
Probably not. Everybody loves you down here, so I'm sure we should have you on during practice.
Yeah, in watching the games this year, you have to feel really good about having somebody that you're so comfortable with and knowing that night in and night out he's going to come out there and give you effort and give you production in Tyreek Key. I mean, he's fun to watch, Coach.
Yeah, man, and if you just knew the work load he put in. I mean, he's in here right now. He was in here this morning. He'll come in here tonight after practice. There is no one that I've ever been around, and I've been around a long time and around a lot of very, very hard workers, but there is no one that puts in the time and effort on his game than Tyreek Key. So whatever he gets, he deserved. He just recently became the fourth fastest to ever get 1,000 points here. And, one of those was Larry, so that's pretty darn quick. And he's reliable. There's no question. He's getting better defensively every day, better as a leader every day. So we're lucky to have him.
So Greg Lansing, head coach of Indiana State. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. What does that show the younger kids? And we talk about your younger guys, especially me, like Jake and others. What's that type of work ethic and that focus and how much he loves the game and wants to get better? What's that show your younger guys?
Yeah, and he's not the only one. I mean, Jordan Barnes has always carried a high workload, and we've had that within our program. Guys that work on their own a lot, get better. And Jake Laravia coming in here, and Trey Williams, and Jared Hankins, and Kobe Barnes. Those guys are workers. Those guys are workers. Now, maybe not to the extent that our upperclassmen have been, but they love it because they love seeing Tyreek in here all the time. Jake's jogging in here right now, the big smile on his face. These guys love being in the gym, love working, love getting better. So it's a great influence from them, but there is no question that a guy like Jake Laravia is going to show that next recruiting class and thereafter just how we do it.
I know you probably don't want to put it this way, but I'm a huge fan of Jake. He is going to be good and good for you. I mean, you can see, or at least I think I can see what is to come too.
Well, there's no question, and that's what you have to look to. He has started about every game. He and Trey Williams both. We start 2 freshmen and a sophomore in Cooper Neese, and we play Kobe Barnes as a freshman a lot off the bench. So the future looks great, and as good as these guys are as players, John, they are better dudes to be around. I mean, these guys are program guys. They're great students. They're great in all our community service. They're great as a student athlete on campus, and they certainly have a chance to be really, really good players, and there isn't a doubt in my mind that they'll get there eventually. We got to remember, they're still young. And the Valley is a difficult league, and people are going to come at those guys. But our veterans, Tyreek Key and Jordan Barnes, get more and more confidence with these guys every day, and these guys get more comfortable every day. So I think the future looks bright.
So Greg Lansing, head coach of Indiana State, friend of the show. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Next up Saturday on the road for the Sycamores at Valpo. Your team has won 8 in a row, I think 10 of 12 to this point of the season. It didn't always go this way. It was a rough start. When did you see a transition? When did the evolution of this team from that 0-4 start to where we are right now? When did that happen?
Well, for one, you get the talent that we have in here, so you can see it this summer. But you still have to build a team. It's not just accumulating talent. And with our schedule, like you and I have talked, we couldn't have a home game till after Thanksgiving because of the $50 million they're putting into the Holman Center. So we're dealing with progress, as we'll call it, in our construction. The program. We always need money, so we went and got bought at Dayton, who we had a chance to tie or win at the end of the game there, and we all know how good they're doing. At Louisville, we didn't give them their best shot, but we all know how good they are. So we did that, and our really only bad game was at the Bankers Life there against Ball State. Not to take anything away from them, because Witt does a great job and they're a good team, but we just did not compete that day. And I'll tell you when it changed. After that game, we traveled to the Bahamas, and on the way there, we stopped at Fort Lauderdale, and we had probably the best, most inspirational, most emotional meeting I've ever been a part of with the team, where, we just kind of asked them, what do we want to be about? So we got to know each other. Each guy on the team talked about what they were about, all the coaches, anybody involved, and then it was an emotional meeting. And even though we lost the next one to a really good Duquesne's 15-2, it really flipped the script on what we were doing. So we know what we're about, we know what each other's about, and we're going to help each other get there.
Had you ever had a meeting like that in your coaching career past?
Yeah, I would say the second best one was my first year when we just got thrashed at Wyoming, and Odom will tell you about it. We came back to the hotel that night, and we had a truth-telling meeting when I wanted them to tell me what they thought their role was. Then we went individually and told them what we thought, and the guys told each other. And that year, as you know, we went to the NCAA tournament. So it takes great leadership within your team. I have an unbelievable staff here that helps in all that stuff. So, it doesn't happen with every team. Some teams just don't have that makeup. We haven't been as good in the last few years as we need to be. Sometimes you just don't have those guys. We've never had bad chemistry, but you need to get great chemistry to really have good teams.
And I'm sitting here assuming that you have to know that you have the right guys to have that type of conversation too, and to know that it's actually going to work.
Well, and also some guys don't want to hear it. I mean, it's the AAU generation where the high school season. I'm an old high school coach's kid, so the high school seasons are sometimes de-emphasized because they know they got the AAU season, and they just play game after game after game, and winning and losing is sometimes de-emphasized. Not by all, because there's some outstanding AAU programs in Indiana, but it's just a lot for them. And we get them the way they are when they come in here. And you got to break a lot of habits sometime. But I really like the makeup of what we have right now. I'll tell you that.
It's Greg Lansing, head coach of Indiana State. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. At Valpo coming up on Saturday. At Loyola on Wednesday. Man. That's no fun.
Keep going.
I'm trying to get you back home. Yeah.
Well, we've won our 3 home games and lost our 2 road games on the road in Iowa to Drake and Northern Iowa. We, had possessions late in the game, down 1 and 2, with chances to win both of those. So we've been right in it. And last night with an easy win over Evansville, you got to take those things when you get them. I didn't think we played very well, and with these back-to-back road games, we're going to have to play much better than what we did yesterday, but we'll get in here, get work done today and tomorrow, and get on the road.
I was talking about the Big Ten before you came on a little bit earlier, about if you string together a couple of road wins in the Big Ten, you're probably going to be at least on the top 5, and more than that, if you even get to that, may end up challenging to win the entire league. Is that how it breaks down? Obviously, road wins are coveted, but it seems like around the college basketball landscape, it's even more so this year, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah. It is. There's such parity in our league. I mean, there's nothing easy, and what we try to look at is this, and we did when I was at Iowa as well, is winning your home games. That just keeps you even. Losing your road games, you need to win half of your road games and all of your home games to have a chance. So we call it, a home win is a 0, a home loss is a -1, a road win is a +1, and a road loss is a 0. So you try to get as many pluses on that chart as you can. And again, if you hold serve at home and can win half of those road games, you're certainly going to be in the mix.
Well, I'm happy for you. Just keep doing what you're doing right now. Tell the fellas go out there and have a stirring practice for me, and if you want to turn on the rest of the show in there while they're doing it, certainly I think that would be okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. You tell McConnell and the Pacers keep doing what they do. We're big fans down here.
I'm telling you this. There are a lot of, I mentioned this earlier, a lot of coaches that they'll point to him, and when you're trying to say, I want you to play like this, it's like that. You know what I mean? That is the definition of it right there.
Well, and those guys, Pritchard and Buchanan on down have done an unbelievable job of building the type of roster. Again, it's not just accumulating talent. It's building a team, and I like what they got. And got a pretty good player coming back soon.
They do. They have been fun to watch so far, too. Greg Lansing, head coach of Indiana State, Valpo, and Loyola back-to-back coming up here on the road in the Mo Valley for the Sycamores. Greg's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Always a pleasure. Tell the guys I said hello, and we'll talk at you again pretty soon, man. Keep in touch.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, and come see us anytime, buddy.
You got it. Thank you, Greg. Greg Lansing, head coach of the Sycamore. That's my Sycamores on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Let's take a break, come back. Eric can lead. We'll give somebody a chance to win. So I'll tell you what, we'll wait until the 4 o'clock hour to give something away for you listening out there. And TJ McConnell expected to call in at about 5 or 6 after the top of the 4 o'clock hour. 93.5, 107.5 FM The Fan.
Y'all rely on me not to hold back my opinions. That's a big part of the Dan Dockett Show, and that's why I need to bring it to you straight to help you prepare for when life doesn't go as planned, like having an injury accident. If you or someone you know experiences an accident as a driver, passenger, rider, or pedestrian, do not try to negotiate with the insurance company yourself, thinking you're saving money, and be careful about hiring a discount lawyer. A quick payday may not be best for you. Do not leave money on the table. It's your money. Call the guy I recommended my listeners, Randy Sevenish. As a former SWAT team commander and 6th-degree karate black belt, he doesn't mess around when it comes to hardline negotiations. He's limited his practice to injury law for 35 years. Plus, Randy will maximize your compensation without charging excessive fees, like some of the other high-volume big-box firms do. At Sevenish Law, you are a person, not just another case number. Call the fierce protectors of the injured and see the difference for yourself. 636-7777, SevenishLaw.com.
Hey, John here for Foreman Credit Union. I know it's been a struggle. Holiday season's a struggle. I know most of us, if not all of us, go overboard on the spending. But Kevin and the gang at Foreman Credit Union are here to bring you back down to earth. Feet on the ground and back to the savings. Back for the financial planning that you expect. The great ideas from Kevin and the gang at Forum Credit Union. You can get those right now. Plus this coming up, me and my daughter Lainey, she is 9. We are going to tell you coming up in the next couple of weeks how you can win some money to add to your child's Sprout account. Looking forward to college and helping you save right now when you need to. That's the Sprout account with Forum Credit Union, and your chance to win with your child is coming up. All right, stop by a branch location, talk to Kevin about ways they can help you save and maintain your balance when it comes to your budget. Or for more information online, forumcu.com today.
The Jukebox Heroes Tour, starring Foreigner. Saturday, July 25th, Ruoff Music Center. Foreigner with special guests Kansas and Europe. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. online at livenation.com. VIP packages available at foreigneronline.com.
Hi, it's Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan here with Chuck Jones from BUSS Chevy. Hey Chuck, you know what people really love?
What's that, TK?
Free things.
Is that right?
That's right, Chuck, and you need to give people what they want.
Okay, TK. Tell you what, this Friday and Saturday, every ride sold will come with free oil changes for 3 years. That's right, 3 years.
Free oil changes for 3 years?
That's right. Just ask for the TK deal.
Free for 3, only at BUSS Chevy this Friday and Saturday.
Find new roads to Bill Estes Chevy or online at BillEstesChevy.com.
Hey, it's JMV, and I've been looking for a plumber for a long time. I got a lot of stuff working in my home. Lance and LD Smith Plumbing to the rescue. 24/7, 365. They can tackle any issue at 317-284-9526. People that you can trust. And right now, LD Smith Plumbing will get $150 off any gas or electric water heater for you. They are the best. That's LD Smith Plumbing. 317-284-9526 or online, ldsmithplumbing.com.
Turn that off. Turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. Well, you hired the contractor. You tell me what happened. So you're saying we cut corners?
Imagine if patients in your hospital were left out in the cold because somewhere someone cut corners. Building owners and customers are often kept in the dark about the risks of poorly installed mechanical insulation. The Heat and Frost Insulators Local 18 Code of Workmanship doesn't allow anything below specification. The Insulation Contractors Association of Indianapolis ensures your job is done right. Every project, every time. Learn more at insulators18.org. The Brothers and Sisters of Energy Efficiency, insulating you from escalating costs.
We are Local 18!
Hey, let's make sure your car, truck, or van's running the way that it should, and stop by Joe Childers on Crocs location in central Indiana. Like in Castleton with Jesse and Charlie, they're going to do you up A-plus work up there, too. My man Micah down in Greenwood, right in front of the Menards off of 135. You are going to love their work. And anything mechanically done on your ride, including the brakes, including new tires for great prices, that's what they offer. Truly, it's a great car fixing up experience. It is. Car, truck, or van. It does. It works for you. And right now, they're again giving back to you with this great deal. Here's the best in brakes, and here's the special. $99.99 for lifetime brake pads per axle. And this includes free a conventional blend oil change at your Joe Childers on Crocs locations in central Indiana. Tell them I sent you. If you got wheels that need fixing, my guys at Crocs are ready to do it. Tell them I sent you today to Crocs.
Hi, it's Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan here with Chuck Jones from BUSS Chevy. Hey, Chuck, you know what people really love?
What's that, TK?
Free things.
Is that right?
That's right, Chuck, and you need to give people what they want.
Okay, TK. Tell you what, this Friday and Saturday, every ride sold will come with free oil changes for 3 years. That's right, 3 years.
Free oil changes for 3 years?
That's right. Just ask for the TK deal.
Free for 3, only at BUSS Chevy this Friday and Saturday.
Find new roads to Bill Estes Chevy or online at BillEstesChevy.com.
This is Indy Sports Center.
WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Hey, join me tomorrow. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the 2 playoff NFL games. I'm going to tell you exactly how to bet it and what to do with it. Also, get you ready for the weekend of college basketball. It's going to be good.
The Ride with JMV.
I want you out in front of the school with her. I'd like to have a few words with you, by God.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Kyle's over there. I'm John. Thank you for joining us. Greg Lansing, Indiana State head coach. Sycamores a win over Evansville last night. Next 2 on the road in the Mo Valley. Podcast 1075thefan.com for the Indiana State head coach. Mike Chappell on the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk about those title games coming up on Sunday and working a lot of Colts conversation as well. It's been kind of quiet. I mean, going over and over the same type of stuff we've been going over since the end of the regular season. So Mike Chappell coming up at 5 o'clock. And TJ McConnell's going to join us at the Pacers whenever TJ McConnell calls in here shortly. And your chance to win, standing by as well. Meantime, 239-1070 is the number. Eric is up next. Go ahead, Eric. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Great. Go ahead.
Good, man. So real quick, I'm a New Jersey transplant living in Indianapolis, so I'm a Mets fan, so I got a lot of opinions about what happened today. So we had the chance to get Joe Girardi, but we had the cheapest owners in baseball, and we went and got the bargain with Carlos Beltran. Now we don't have a coach. What's next? Buck Showalter, John Gibbons.
It's going to be Rojas or Mullins, isn't it? Hensley Mullins. Is he a bench coach for the Mets? It's going to be one of those 2 guys. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the bench coach, and Rojas is like a quality control coach.
Yeah.
Once again, it's the coupons. It's the coupons. Why not go get a big name like Showalter, somebody that can lead this team? Because now we don't have a coach. So I mean, it's ridiculous.
Man, Mets. You've been fighting an uphill battle for a number of years, haven't you?
Yeah, and then I never forgave Carlos Beltran for sitting on that curveball from Adam Wainwright in '06 in the NLCS. He went down faster as a coach than he did at that at bat.
Well, he did, didn't he? I mean, he didn't even coach a damn pitch. That's incredible.
But like I said, it's going after the coupon coaches. They'll probably sign up Rojas or that Mullins guy, and it's once again it's the Met ownership being cheap. So, but I'll let you go. Thanks for the call, and go Scarlet Knights. I'm a Rutgers alumni. Last night over IU.
That's sticking it right to the Hoosier faithful around here. Oh, Rutgers. Zing, IU fans. What's Rutgers around here most know? What do you think people know about Rutgers the most around here?
That their sports teams have generally been terrible since they joined the Big Ten.
Yep. Or Gary Brackett. That's his alma mater. Think they still remember that?
Maybe some fans, yeah.
That it did play. At times, it played a background role in The Sopranos, right? Didn't Jackie Jr., before he got off, didn't he attend Rutgers? Before he, unfortunately for him and two friends, decided to go ahead and rob a poker game that Chris was a part of, and Sunshine. I know my Sopranos right here. It's impressive, isn't it? It is. It is. Anyway. Yeah, Rutgers zinger. My chapel at 5. We'll talk Colts and championship game coming up this weekend. And I'll tell you what, hold tight. I think we're getting a call right now. After TJ McConnell, I'll give you a chance to win something. I'll tell you what that is in just a second. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, the Pacers winner last night in Minneapolis, home and home. Friday night, back at it with the Timberwolves at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. By the way, the Timberwolves made a move today, too. Jeff Teague played, the former Pike standout, and he used to play here. He and I think it was Travion Graham, right, from Minnesota going to Atlanta for Alan Crabb in a minor NBA deal, but certainly one of local reference around here. But back to the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. TJ McConnell joins us now. TJ, thank you for the time. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, let me first apologize because it is a complete jackass move for me to put you on this show on your day off. My bad, brother. Seriously.
It is all good. Trust me. I don't really do much on days off anyway, so this is giving me something to do.
It's TJ McConnell on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. We talked back in the summertime when he first signed here. Did you have any of what has transpired over the first half of this season in mind as how this may go for you and your team, knowing that there was such a changeover in personnel this past summer?
To be honest, no. I kind of just went into this summer eating really healthy, taking care of my body, and just in the gym constantly, just controlling what I can control and seeing what happens. And where we are now, I'm certainly very excited.
It's TJ McConnell joining us, too. Let us in a little bit on your routine, if you wouldn't mind, because people ask me all the time, and sure as hell I wouldn't know, but how, to get that gear that you have, that ultimate gear, I mean, you go all out, every moment when you're on the floor. What's your routine like to maintain that physical nature?
Just eating extremely healthy. I don't eat any bread or pasta. Try to stick with fish and rice and veggies, and that's helped me a lot. And obviously getting in the gym and running as much as I can. Just that mindset that you can never be tired. Mostly that's mental, telling yourself to just keep pushing through being tired.
Is there ever a time when you thought to yourself on the floor, or maybe if there was, when was the last time when you thought, you know what, I didn't go 100% there, and kind of chastise yourself within for doing that? Because I never see it watching when you're out there, but has that ever happened to you, and it caused you to push you even more at that moment?
Yeah, absolutely. There are times where I kind of tell myself, you're not given as much effort as you should be, and it may look like that I'm always giving 100% effort, but there's always more I can give, and that's the standard that I try to hold myself to.
It's T.J. McConnell on his day off from the Pacers. Pacers win last night in Minnesota. They got the second half of a home-and-home coming up tomorrow night at Bankers Life Fieldhouse versus the Timberwolves. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So that falling out of bound, kind of fade away under the basket, and then sprinting down and stealing the basketball, that highlight the other night, is that at the top of your highlight reel list, in your opinion, right now, or is there something else?
Yeah, I would say it's certainly up there. Everyone says that I got fouled on that shot. But
I thought you did too, man. Yes.
I'm certainly glad I didn't call it. I wouldn't have been able to get up and steal the ball. And my favorite part about it is when Justin dunked it. The entire place went absolutely nuts, and it was just an incredible atmosphere and kind of a turning point for that game. So I'd say that moment is definitely up there.
Well, I know because I hear from the folks daily right here that they love you here, and that was your signature here so far, and that's what folks love about you. Nate, for example, TJ, referenced you. I don't know how you feel about this nickname. I think nicknames are kind of unoriginal any longer because they've been around forever, but he referenced you the other night after the game as the Injector. And I don't know if you dig that or not, but that's exactly what you are. You do that in game form, and you do that for the crowd in game form. And let me tell you, not a lot of dudes do that.
Yeah, I kind of, in any way I can, if I can give our crowd and my teammates energy, and I inject that energy night in and night out, that's my job. And you can call me whatever you want. I love the nicknames, but if it leads to wins, I'm all for it.
The Injector. Did you hear about that after the game the other night?
I did not. I heard about Sunshine earlier in the year.
I think I like Injector better than Sunshine.
Yeah, the Injector sounds pretty intimidating, so I'll definitely go with that for sure.
It does sound. It sounds like you're a badass dude coming at us. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
It does. TJ McConnell, he joins us. How's the whole dynamic, you think, going to adjust on the 29th when Victor Oladipo returns?
I think it's going to be a smooth transition. Obviously, bringing back a player of Victor's caliber, our team is only going to get better by a lot. And there's obviously going to be times where, in the beginning of the year, we started slow. Everyone hasn't played with one another. We just still got to figure out how Victor, where his spots are and all that. But that chemistry comes quick. We are all excited to get him back and can't wait for him to get out there and help us to compete in, February, March, and hopefully deep into April.
Well,
May.
Yeah, transition areas, as I guess is the way that we could put it, too. And certainly for this team, those first 3 games and those 3 losses, I mean, you can see it. For a lot of teams, it happens that way. There's, moments of discombobulation because you haven't played with one another. Will it be kind of like that, or because you guys as a team have played for so long and you'll trust him returning, will it not be? You know what I mean? You won't have the utter discombobulation at times, as I'm sure it felt with the new cast of characters at the beginning of the season.
No, we just have to kind of figure out where Victor, where his spots are, where he runs to, and that comes with game experience, with the new team, and but he's already practicing with us, so we're learning each day, and like I said, we're really excited to get him back, and he's going to be a huge piece for us, obviously.
He is Pacer guard TJ McConnell on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Pacers T-Wolves coming up tomorrow night, and then they embark on a 5-game Western road swing over the weekend. Denver, Utah, Phoenix, and in San Francisco now with Golden State, and then Portland to close it out. He again's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. The spots for your teammates, I'm assuming you have that down right now, and I don't know if you want to give these away or not, but I'll throw some random teammates out at you, and you can tell me where you try to deliver the ball in their most productive spots. We'll start with Domas. Where do you try to get it?
If I can get him to on a pick and roll into the basket, just about anywhere, he's going to strong arm anyone in his sight and go finish the basketball. It's pretty easy to get him to his spots.
Doug McDermott.
Anywhere on the floor. Honestly, one of the best shooters I've ever played with. Him and Justin. Anywhere on the floor that they're at, I'm looking for them.
It's funny you mentioned that, too, because Doug came kind of with that calling card or that reputation. And we'd seen Justin here when he played in Chicago. He had really 2 good games a year ago against the Pacers that we remembered here. But were you aware that he was as good from deep as he has been productive-wise for this team so far?
Doug, you mean?
No, Justin. I'm sorry. Yeah, Justin Holiday. Yeah.
Justin? I've been playing against Justin for 4 years prior and knew a lot about his game, but the way he's able to come off pin downs, I just am blown away by him and Doug. Just their ability to come off and shoot the basketball it's incredible and makes my job a lot easier.
Well, I mean, and your job, too, is to put it right on them because they both have really quick releases. I mean, they get the ball up quick, which is natural for them, but, I mean, you've had to learn to put it to where it's most comfortable for them, and that's certainly something that you've gotten done.
Yeah, I mean, I have to credit, the big fellas for getting them open on screens and even our guards that screen them, too. I do the easy part. I'm just getting them the ball, and, they're turning and shooting in 0.1 seconds. So, it just, like I said, makes my job so easy and a joy to play with them.
He is TJ McConnell joining us. It seems like you have a really, really good connection with Miles. What is that dynamic at work right there? And where is his sweet spot, according to you, when you guys are on the floor together?
Miles can do it all. Whether he picks and pops and his ability to shoot as a 5-man is unbelievable. And then he's able to roll to the basket, and he's so athletic that he dunks on you. And the thing, I obviously love about him most is he's so talented on offense, but he can really affect the game on defense, the way he's able to block shots. And you respect a guy like that can do it on both ends.
It's TJ McConnell with us. You were mic'd up. That went over quite well. Did you hear about the mic'd up segment from your former teammates and colleagues and such in Philly in the past 4 or so days?
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking to me about it, but honestly, was just trying to be myself, and I always like to keep the mood light. So
sure,
nothing too much that was different about how I really act. So it was kind of a cool experience.
I thought Brett Brown was certainly cool with it when you explained to him what was going on. I don't think he was so cool with it after he just got popped with a tee. I could be wrong. That's kind of how it felt watching it. But
yeah, everyone was asking why I brought up the couch to him. When I played for him in Philly, anytime one of the players got a technical, he would be like, save your money and buy your wife a new couch. And I had to tease him a bit when he got the technical.
That's an outstanding backstory right there. See, that's why you're perfect for the mic'd up. You may have just won mic'd up for the year on Fox Sports Indiana.
That's awesome. I love it.
Seriously. Yeah. When you think about it. And the one thing also that stands out is you mentioned to Ben Simmons, the Clemson, kind of the national title jab. I don't think he got it at the beginning. He was kind of searching a little bit, I thought. He wasn't. Either that or he just didn't want to respond in general. It looked like he was searching.
So when I said it to him, it looked like he got mad, but he honestly gave me a little smirk and walked away as the camera panned off. It was all in good fun. He obviously knows that, and he was laughing about it.
Hey, in closing with TJ McConnell here, is your job here and what you've done, is that the same as what you did and how productive you were as a teammate in Philly? Has that at all been a change? I know teammates, obviously personnel, yes. How big of a change, if any at all, has there been from Philly to Indiana here in the past 6 months, or certainly the first half of the season?
I feel like my job, my role as a teammate and as a player, I don't think that'll change ever. I'm just being myself, trying to get people the ball, uplifting people when they need it, being that injection of energy, like Coach said, and I think that'll be my job for the rest of my career. So I try to do that to the best of my abilities each time I'm on the floor.
Let me tell you this: you had a couch when you rolled your ankle. Was that what game was that? The Denver game when you rolled your ankle? You got couched up too on that one
Atlanta.
too. What's that?
It was in Atlanta. Yeah.
Atlanta. Yeah, you got couched up on that one too.
Yeah, my wife was mad. She was couch shopping right before the game, so I took that from her.
I mean, sometimes I admired it because everybody's been through that. I mean, it's just natural. I mean, you're not mad. I don't know. You don't seem mad at anybody. You're just mad because of the circumstances, man. That's just that happens in sports. So
yeah, it was honestly just unfortunate to kind of tweak the ankle, and the first thing that popped in my mind I was just mad, honestly, like you said, and just kind of threw the ball in anger, and cost me that couch.
Yeah, I think okay. So they call me for a turnover. I rolled my ankle. It hurts. Damn it! You respond, and then you get teed up for good measure and lose a couch. That's a bunch of crap right there. So
that's a bad sequence. Yeah,
it is. Hey, when you're done with basketball, obviously, I think you could do this communication thing fine. I think you could also transition into coaching fine. You're still really young, and I'm not trying to make that transition for you. But have you thought about your future, especially with any of those options in mind as we get longer into your career?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously love basketball, and coaching is certainly an option, but I'm just trying to enjoy the ride right now of my playing career and kind of cross that bridge of what I'm going to do after I'm done playing and see where I'm at in life and kind of just go from there.
So TJ McConnell right there, we got to give him props because this is his day off, and David Benner makes him call into some clown's talk show, and I'm sure he's thrilled with that. And, man, I appreciate you.
That is just not true. That is not true. I'm enjoying this.
So Benner called you. Was your reaction, oh, yeah, sure, or, yeah, okay?
No, he just texted me, and I was like, I have no problem. I have no problem at all. I was honestly just sitting there watching TV, so it's this has been fun.
All right. Well, anyway, I do appreciate you. And again, I asked, when did I ask Kyle? On Monday? Is that when I asked on Monday? Did Benner just make you aware of this today? Is that true?
No, he actually let me know a couple days ago. I obviously agreed, and then
that's why he's the best.
Can you do that today?
That's why he's the best. That's he and Chrissy and the gang down there. You're surrounded by greatness. You know that.
No, they're the absolute best, and obviously would do anything for them. So this is absolutely no problem. And again, thank you for having me.
Anytime. And if you need any help in couch shopping, if you don't know some places around here, just shoot us a call or a text or something, man, and we'll point you in the right direction.
I absolutely will. I got to be on my best behavior on the court, though.
All right, that's the injector right there. It's TJ McConnell on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Pacers, Timberwolves tomorrow night, the second half of a home-and-home at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. 5 consecutive on the road out west after that. TJ McConnell on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Back with you next.
It takes courage to talk with that someone special when there are problems in the bedroom. Erectile dysfunction, or PE, can shatter your confidence and make your relationship challenging. You can put an end to these issues. Have the courage to make just one confidential visit to the Indianapolis Men's Clinic and get that spark back in your relationship. The doctors at the Indianapolis Men's Clinic offer the latest solutions for all ED and PE issues, and you'll see results in your first visit, or there's no charge. Call 999-9000 to meet with their licensed providers, no matter your age or your conditions. Diabetes, high blood pressure, prostate cancer, low testosterone causing your issue. It doesn't matter. They can help. Call the Indianapolis Men's Clinic at 999-9000. That's 999-9000 or online at indymensclinic.com. Have the courage to take that first step. Indianapolis Men's Clinic, your key to a better life.
John for Indiana's best. Andy Moore at Toyota in Avon. It's 5 miles west of 465 on US 36. Ben Mendoza is his name. Ben Mendoza, who can get you or somebody on his staff can help you get into the new car, truck, or van of choice. Out in Avon, too. Eyeball what you like, AndyMooreToyota.com. And then go to work with Ben and the staff about what you want and how you can get into it. Like one of the best deals out there and one of the most favorite SUVs you're going to find, according to opinions across the board, that being the Highlander. I've got the 4Runner. My wife loves it. That is awesome. And you know me and the Tundra. All that. And then even more online at AndyMooreToyota.com, or tell them I sent you and get that car, truck, or van today. 5 miles west of 465 on US 36.
I watch Fox 59 News every day. Fox 59 keeps me more informed.
They just know their stuff. They're on top of it.
Fox 59, honestly, at 10 o'clock is perfect for me.
It's a great way to get ready for bed and chill out and see what's going on.
Banshee Stinger, she's classic.
Dan Mueller knows exactly what he's talking about.
Brian Wilkes, he's been a guy that I've been going to for my weather needs for a long time.
I think they have the best weather, and I definitely trust them.
They're just more reliable, a little more in-depth, and that's why I enjoy it.
Central Indiana's #1 local news. We are Fox 59. Fox Sunday.
911, what's your emergency?
It's an all-new 911 series.
This crew can't just be good, you gotta be the best.
New city.
Welcome to Austin.
New heroes.
Austin FD, coming through.
Same call.
Pull back! Pull back!
Rob Lowe.
Let's show them what we got!
Liv Tyler.
In Texas, you do what I say, Captain.
911 Lone Star. The 2-night premiere event begins
Sunday after the NFC Championship on Fox 59.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
All right, if you need a great plumber, great plumbers, people to help you out at your home, the absolute best, that's Lance and the team at LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526. Mark, Joe, Phil, Tim, Trevor, Alex, Sean, Kevin, you got Jennifer and Elizabeth up front. They're going to help you. And I know if you're like me, you've had a lot of needs and some major needs, but maybe it's not that big. No matter the size job at your home, let those fantastic folks at LD Smith Plumbing help you out at 317-284-9526. And right now, take advantage because they're offering you $300 off a tankless water heater at LD Smith Plumbing. I've needed one for a while. I wanted the best. I got the best. Lance and LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526 or online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
At IUPUI, creating tradition is a team sport. It takes players who compete with ferocious determination. It takes fans who go above and beyond. It takes you. We need you to rise up and support us, to energize us and intimidate our opponents, to roar with all your might. Cram the Coliseum this Saturday at the State Fairgrounds. Saturday at noon, it's an Adidas t-shirt giveaway as the Jaguars play host to UIC. Tickets and information at IUPUIJags.com. Together we'll launch a new era of victory at IUPUI. Find out how to roar with the Jags at IUPUIJags.com.
Sports with Dan Dockich.
Jason Benetti joins.
People often ask me about working with you, and one of the first things I will tell them, other than that you're crazy, is that you enjoy the game and you enjoy the people who are next to you. And I really do appreciate how good of a partner you are and how caring about the game you are, while also wanting to have some laughs.
I feel the exact same way about you.
Dan Dockich, weekdays, noon till 3 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
I want you out in front of the school with her. I'd like to have a few words with you, by God.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
TJ McConnell was awesome. Podcast, 1075thefan.com. Greg Lansing, Indiana State head coach, a little bit earlier. Sycamores over Evansville last night. Mike Chappell still to come. Yet another layer that we were talking about a little bit earlier regarding the whole Astros cheating on signals. And this is from now Reds pitcher Trevor Bauer, who has, according to USA Today Sports, he's backed the allegations that some Astros players, namely Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman, wore wired devices with buzzing effects to help them know which pitch was coming while batting. Holy crap, that's just like Casino. That guy got his hand broken for crap like that. Remember the cheater in Casino? They caught the cheater. They had the buzzer. He had the buzzer. He was looking through, and he had the buzzer on the dude's leg that was actually playing blackjack, I think, and no, the Casino doesn't ring a bell for you, Kyle, over there, huh? He said, you can have the winnings, the money right here, or you can have your hand like that guy's hand. No, Casino? Look what they did to my hand, man. You know, no. It's a hammer to the hand right there in Casino. Oh, God. Wait a minute. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. So what is a curveball like a two buzz? It's like those things. Remember the things you put on your hands? You shake hands. Yo, here, here comes Uncle Charlie. Good. And listen, we sat around and thought that the trash can crap was stupid. This is a completely new level of ridiculousness right here. I can't believe no Casino. That doesn't even ring a bell to you. You've not watched Casino?
I've heard of it.
I've got to start handing out homework assignments again. Have you seen it in its entirety?
No, I haven't. There's a lot of old good movies like that I haven't seen yet.
So Casino came out. How old were you when Casino came out?
When did it come out?
1994, 95, I think.
If it came out in 95, I was a newborn.
So your Casino equivalent would be mine with, I was born in 69, so that would be Easy Rider or Midnight Cowboy. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen both of those, but so I would be looking at both those films as you would look at Casino. That does make me sound like an old fart right there. So you feel the same way about Shawshank Redemption, which came out in 94. That actually came out around when you were born or when you were born?
I came around right around when I was born, too.
All right, then. That's your homework assignment. Casino, it's pretty damn good. Jay Ryan writes this, damn JMV, interviews on the day off. You're the front runner for Knob of the Year with that move. But he was really good, so I can get past it this time. TJ McConnell was really good. Yeah, a lot of stuff there. The couch reference to Brett Brown when he was mic'd up against Philly earlier this week was in reference to what Brett Brown says to his players. Save your money, buy your wife a couch instead of getting teed up. That's pretty good. Hey, JMV, I just called in, but Minnesota will have a new look without Jeff Teague now. I think they traded Jeff Teague and Travion Graham. I think that was the combination, right, to Atlanta. So Teague goes back to Atlanta, and Alan Crabb with two B's, goes to Minnesota. So Matt Lawton writes in with this. JMV, Aaron Holiday appears to have lost his mojo. Mojo, or he looks, I think, lost. He just looks lost at times. And indecisive. And like, am I going to go up with a floater? Am I going to shoot it? Am I going to go up with intentions of shooting it or passing it? He's kind of caught in the middle right now. So I would agree with you on that, yes. Kind of caught in the middle. This is in response to an Andrew Walker tweet. Andrew, of course, is the Colts senior writer at Colts.com. Despite entering the offseason once again with an abundance of available cap space, the Colts will remain steadfast in their approach of building first and foremost through the draft. The response from many of you, like we here, is this approach equals apathy. It does. It does. Listen, I don't have any grand illusions about all of a sudden creating greatness, especially a wide receiver through free agency. But, yeah, at some point, you really got to cash it in, and not just what some people would agree with now as being a schedule-friendly stretch run a year ago. Got to have a little bit more. The approach is apathy. Now, again, I'm sure that points the finger at everybody asking about Bridgewater or asking about Brady or asking about Rivers. But everybody with their firm feet on the ground around here knew that wasn't going to happen. But, yeah, I mean, at some point, you got to try to do something with it, I would think. It's funny, too. You got an owner who's going, spend it. Buy him, get him, do it. Spend. Michael Gigi writes this, JMV, tell my coworkers to stop making fun of me for liking 16 Candles. There is not one. It is not a chick movie. There are naked thingies in it. There's there's a naked rack in it. It says nudity in 16 Candles. It's not a chick flick. It's for everybody. Got a nerd, got a couple of dorks, got the handsome dude that all the chicks wanted, naked rack. It's all good. I don't know what else I got to tell your coworkers, Michael. JMV. Rolling with Tennessee. They're on fire now. If KC loads up the gaps to stop Henry, Ryan Tannehill's playing with high confidence. I wish I was as confident as Ryan Tannehill. I guess at some point, much like I did Buffalo during the regular season, at some point I got to start giving him some credit. I still think he sucks, but yeah, what do I know? Because I've been telling everybody that Jacoby Brissett's going to be the quarterback next year, and I'm sure that's not making anybody around here feel that confident. That's just going – it's not like I think that's the best case scenario. That's, to me, what is going to be the scenario, though. Kansas City's going to win that. Packers-Niners, by the way, Robert Tonyan tied in, Packers tomorrow. San Francisco, there's a lot of conversation about offense, but San Francisco defense, especially up front, you're not going to find a better front four than what you're going to find in Frisco. Icing on the cake was Bosa. Joe's at 239-1070 right now. If I can hit the right damn button. Joe, go ahead. How are you, man? Go ahead.
I was listening driving in, and your comment about the Colts wanting to build a team through the draft.
Through the draft.
And, yeah, I'm just wondering, what century are they dealing with? Because,
well, that is their idea, and I agree with what you're saying. I mean, at some point, you've got to find some, and they did a year ago. I mean, you found Justin Houston helped you out, but you got to find and hit better on some attractive free agents that can help you in the now. Because you need help. You do need help in the now. Everybody is going to get sick and tired of waiting. Well, this guy's going to grow into his role, and once his third year rolls around, I mean, people are going to get sick of that and probably already are.
So I was watching a clip of Jimmy Johnson talking about the Herschel Walker trade, and he was talking about how a lot of people don't understand it because it wasn't this one for a bunch, that he was picking up guys. He was picking up guys that he knew that he would trade later and end up getting draft picks for, or getting quality guys and this and that. So it's kind of a big mix. But at the end of the day, if there's guys out there that you need, you got to grab them. And as far as the draft goes, you don't have a clue what you're going to get. You don't have. I mean, every year you have the seniors come out. And you watch the NFL draft on TV, and for the first 3 rounds, they build these guys up like they're all future Hall of Famers, and then they're looking for jobs in 3 months.
Yeah, and part of this equation is to be fair all the way around. They're going to have some contracts come up. One of those would be Anthony Costanzo, which to me the entire offseason and how this team evolves next year to hopefully for the fan base back to winning, all that revolves around what Anthony Costanzo wants to do. Because if you have to go out and find a left tackle because he retires, I think that screws everything. I mean, that screws everything to the point that everybody thought 2 weeks before the start of the season, Andrew Luck screwed him by bouncing. So that it all starts. The house of cards starts right there. So
and get off the Bridgewater bandwagon.
I'm not on it, man. I'm not on it.
I'm saying, not you. I'm saying generally. I don't know why people. I don't know why people are so high on this guy. Like, I mean, if that was the case, every other team would be lining up.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same reason people in the past have been high on, Matt Flynn or been high on, any backup quarterback that played well and got a new deal someplace else. You saw when you saw him play for New Orleans, he looked really good, and that's why people are leaning on that.
When Frank Reich did well as a backup, using his words, he was on a pretty good team.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to see the difference there. But if you have an underachieving, if you have a non-productive quarterback, you're looking at that and thinking, why not here? So I understand. I mean, you're talking about the quarterback position is the most highly debated position across any sports landscape right there. So if you've got one that's underperforming, underproductive, you're going to look at Bridgewater as a savior. And that is normalcy over years and years of backup quarterbacks that get that type of love, whether they end up making it or they don't. So,
and on top of all that, we have a kicker with an average year. We have 10 wins, and we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Hey, thank you very much for the call, Joe. I appreciate you. I look at it at average. I thought he had the worst year of all time. I thought his year was terrible. Here's why his year was awful and not average. Because he cost them games and ultimately cost them postseason. Other factors late, no doubt. Defense, lack of offense. Horrible. Horrible. All right, quick break. Eric on the other side will do that. Mike Chappell coming up at the top of the hour. JMV Bridgewater was also starting to ascend in Minnesota prior to the injury, so he isn't close to Flynn. I'm not trying to compare these guys as being like. I'm just saying people fall in love with the backup quarterback, and normally it turns out to be fool's gold. That's all I'm saying. And what I've said about Bridgewater the entire time, there's no way this team is going to take on as much money as they have. And you're looking at it, they're not going to take on a heavy contract like that that's going to go through multiple years. They don't want to mess with that. And I think most of you would probably suggest they'd be better off with sticking with what they have and then drafting somebody that they like and dealing with a younger talent, moving forward with that. Unless you're playing for in the now, which I know many of you are, but that's just not. That's not how they're working it. They don't want extra years on a contract with a quarterback they're paying a lot of money to right now. At JMV, he was saying he had an average year. He was saying he had an average year. It would have been a 10-win season. No, I thought he said he just had an average year for Adam Vintage. I think he was awful. Either way. Quick break and we'll come back. Your calls, top of the hour, Mike Chappell. You know what? While I'm thinking about it right now, let's give away some Indy Golf Expo tickets. Want to do that, Indy Golf Expo? And you probably see my guy out there, Tim Dietrich, Callaway Golf. Tim Dietrich, Callaway Golf. Say hello to all our golf friends out there. That'll be fun. If you need some golf gear, that is the place. Indy Golf Expo, State Fairgrounds, number 10 at 239-1070 will go on us. 239-1070, number 10. And we're going to be doing a little takeover down the hall. There's going to be a little wrinkle to it on Saturday. Saturday night, me. And Kyle knows this and sees me sweating. I'm going to have to do it alone here. It's going to be weird. Tell you about that and more chances to win coming up at 239-1070. Back with you next.
It's bowl season, and we know that you want to get in on a little action, so check out Let's Parlay, presented by Bet Rivers. Come see how you can make some money at 1075thefan.com.
Let's ride along with Chip Wood and daughter Anna in the 1990s.
These new Cooper tires are pretty cool, huh?
Can we get ice cream?
New Coopers. Perfect alignment. How's that make you feel?
Hungry.
Did you ever wonder why everybody doesn't include a free alignment with a standard 4-tire installation?
Why, Dad?
Because they're corporate pinheads.
Oh.
But we run tire discounters our way.
Everybody gets ice cream?
This week, every customer gets the Friends and Family discount. Why? Because we can. Zach Brown Band, live. Roar with the Lions Tour, presented by Polaris. Friday night, September 11th, Ruoff Music Center. Zach Brown Band with special guest. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at ZachBrownBand.com.
January is here. You know all about sports. I mean, there's a ton going on right now. And to make it more exciting, before you get more juiced up with the action, do it on FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 online sportsbook for a reason. They've got all the bets you want. Great, easy-to-use app. I mean, if I can use it, you can use it. It is that easy. New promotions every day. When you win, you get your cash back and get it back quickly. So if you've been holding out, now is the time, because here's why. FanDuel Sportsbook's giving new users their first bet risk-free. That means you can place any bet within 7 days of signing up, and FanDuel Sportsbook will refund you up to $500 in site credit if you don't win. So you got championship games this weekend. You got that UFC get-together, maybe an NBA marquee matchup, whatever. To claim your risk-free bet, download the FanDuel Sportsbook app in the App Store or FanDuel.com/Android. Be sure, though, to use the promo code JMV. That's essential to make sure this happens, too. The promo code is JMV for your first bet risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook. Must be at least 21 and present in Indiana. Site credit is now withdrawable and expires 14 days after receipt. Terms and restrictions apply. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Hi, it's Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan here with Chuck Jones from BUSS Chevy. You know I call Indy home, so I need to tell everyone about a great Silverado for the Indiana weather.
That's awesome, TK. Tell us, what's your favorite part?
I love the way that the truck drives in the snow.
Yep, and you never have winter in a Silverado. The remote start automatically turns on the heated seat and the heated steering wheel. Come test drive one.
So find your roads to BUSS Chevy or BUSSChevy.com.
At BUSS Chevy, get your Silverado for $229 a month.
And don't forget to ask for the TK deal.
Malcolm Brogdon made one of 2 free throws with 9 seconds left in Minnesota last night, and that's all Pacers bettors needed to cash their tickets. With your Bet Indiana News Update, I'm Kevin Bowen. Indiana tipped off as a 4-point favorite, and they got 29 points from Domantas Sabonis, which matched a season high. It was Brogdon's 21st point of the night that made the score 104-99 for the Pacers' 3rd straight win and cover. The game stayed well under the total of 217.5. In tonight's nationally televised NBA doubleheader, the Bucks are 8.5-point favorites in Milwaukee, and the Nuggets lay 7 at Golden State. Looking ahead to Saturday, Conor McGregor yesterday predicted a knockout of Donald Cowboy Cerrone in the Notorious's return to the octagon, and the betting odds suggest that's exactly what's going to happen. McGregor is a minus 330 favorite to win the fight, and minus 200 to knock Cerrone out. The sports betting updates are brought to you by Bet Indiana News. Visit BetIndianaNews.com for more sports betting coverage and insights.
Chronic headaches, constant sinus infections, pain and pressure. The fatigue was overwhelming.
That's Karen. She's suffered for years with chronic sinus infections. She'd go to urgent care, see her doctor.
And we would do the same thing. Steroids, antibiotics, nasal sprays.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of Indianapolis Sinus Center called balloon sinuplasty.
Now my sinus cavities are open. You can breathe on a constant basis and not get sinus infections. I don't get headaches anymore. I don't take naps anymore. I'm like, oh, this is miraculous.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure? Is it difficult to breathe through your nose? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with the Indianapolis Sinus Center. Call 317-528-9650. 317-528-9650. That's 317-528-9650.
It's New Year. New Year after, hopefully, you guys took my advice. Hit that home run with your significant other. Come on, man. During the holiday season at Diamonds Direct. But hold on a second. That doesn't mean your quest for gift-giving greatness ends right here. Nah, we're going to start a new year. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations coming up in the spring. You still know the go-to place is Diamonds Direct. The people, awesome. Selection unmatched. The value, nobody comes close. And a free lifetime warranty guarantees. Come on now. This is... it's the home run without having to use a buzzer. It's that easy. It's where you go for gift-giving greatness for her, somebody in your family. The celebration starts at Diamonds Direct. Discover the difference and make 2020 the year of the diamond for you. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing.
Happy New Year from the HomeLoanExpert.com. You know what they always say, new year, new mortgage. And that has never rang more true than right now. There's never been a better time to be looking at a cash-out refinance. You can pay off all your credit card debt, lower your mortgage rate, and start the new year off fresh by skipping 2 full months of mortgage payments. It only takes 5 minutes to see how much money you can save at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
You always wanted a sure thing at Hooters, and now you got it. Indiana sports betting comes to the home of Killer Wings and the world-famous Hooters girls. Right now, get up to $300 matching bonus just for making your first deposit on BetRivers.com. Only Hooters has live streaming of odds on all the games through Connect TV. $300, wings, Hooters girls, and betting from the comfort of your bar stool. You may not have a chance with a Hooters girl, but you still might go home a winner when you book your sports bets at any Indiana Hooters. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
The Milwaukee Bucks host the Boston Celtics in NBA action tonight at 8 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
See, I wouldn't think that was a curveball coming. I'd probably pee my pants if I heard that while I was up to bat. You imagine that? So I'm at the dish. I'm about 5'2", and I get and I got Aroldis Chapman sending a 105-mile-an-hour heater toward me. Man, this Houston thing is just getting outrageous. I'm telling you. Just when you say it's all over, what else can happen? Something else happens. Next thing you know, like Kate Upton is going to be involved somehow. That's great. So apparently now, according to the USA Today, Trevor Bauer, who pitches with the Reds, backs allegations that some Astros players, in this case, Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman, wore wire devices with buzzing effects to help them know which pitch was coming while batting. Curveball. Listen, hashtag jackassery at the highest level. I mean, there's some cheating. In baseball, there's cheating. I mean, you're trying to get signs, you're trying to steal. There's stealing, there's thievery going on. But my goodness, this level. We laughed at the trash can banging. It's from Jeff Hansen. Hey, JMV, regarding the backup quarterback, the Nick Foles effect. A backup QB flourishes in a non-pressure situation, which all he has to do is try to make plays. I will say this. He was in the Super Bowl and won it, though. There's some pressure going on there, Philly special or not. But I get what you're saying. I don't know in this case if I would use longer-term success, Jeff, and you're right. You're absolutely right. You fall in love with that. And listen, I don't blame you because everybody that falls in love with it is probably not in love with the type of production they're getting for their signal caller right now. That is the way of the NFL world in fandom, and it's never going to be any different. I mean, you just want to fall in love with the backup. You want it. I mean, hell, nowadays, most of you would take, we went through how many years? Do I have to talk about ball holding and holding the ball till you guys would be embracing that right now. It's from Jennifer. So on Saturday night, we're going to have dead air, open mics, and the occasional swear word to look forward to. Yeah, it's probably going to be me. I'll probably drop an F-bomb over aha. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Beep. That'd be me. Now, I won't do that, I don't think. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. Quick break, we'll come back. Mike Chappell, we'll discuss some NFL, talk about the championship games coming up on Sunday and more from CBS 4 and Fox 59. Foreigner, Europe, Kansas tickets to give away. Zach Brown Band tickets as well. Ruoff Music Center coming up this summer. We'll give you a chance at a pair of tickets to both those shows. Coming up on our final hour, 239-1070. More to come in the 5 o'clock hour. Sit tight.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today for no credit needed financing and the lowest price on every tire every day. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
George Faber here, owner of B Window. Are you a subcontractor and tired of dealing with taxes, regulations, and going to the dump? Why not call us and let us show you how, as an employee, you can have your own new truck, trailer, and gas and make $100,000 a year like many of our guys do now. We work our crews every day and have a huge backlog for the winter. Call right now, 317-283-8522, or go to bwindow.com.
That's Faber's B-Window. Trust me.
Busy schedule? Don't sweat it. Does your gym really have everything you're looking for? The Monon Community Center has all you need for a full body workout, including a fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment, free weights, indoor track, indoor lap pool, and group fitness classes, including boot camp and 30-minute express classes. When working out is this easy, there are no excuses. Memberships are just $42 per month. One price, one place, all access. Purchase now at CarmelClayParks.com.
Hey, it's Big Joe, and I got some big news. I want you to save the date for the AAA Travel Expo at the JW Marriott downtown on Saturday, January the 25th. Don't miss your chance to find the best price on your next vacation. Visit with over 35 exhibitors from all the big travel companies and local drive destinations. And you don't have to be a AAA member to attend because it's free and open to the public. That's right, free access to engaging travel presentations from the experts and complimentary travel planning on site with AAA Travel agents. If you pre-register online at AAA.com/expo before January 20th, you're going to get a free gift. So to learn more, stop by an office, visit AAA.com, or call them at 844-GO-AAA-GO. The AAA Travel Expo, January the 25th at the new location at the JW Marriott in downtown Indianapolis. Go ahead and pre-register online at AAA.com to get that free gift, or stop by an office and you can certainly call them at 844-GO-AAA-GO.
Hey, Love Heating and Air Conditioning, they have been around now for 100 years. They are celebrating their 100th anniversary, and John and Chris are going to offer this up. It's the heating time of year, so Love Heating has this for you. A 92% high-efficiency gas furnace installed for just $2,100. That is such a great price. If you're in need in the market, this is a great time to take full advantage of it. Now, this is a limited-time offer, and it's while supplies last, but it includes equipment and materials and labor, and you're getting all of which from the undisputed best in this market, and they've been the best for 100 years. That's Love Heating and Air Conditioning, a 92% high-efficiency gas furnace installed for just $2,100 complete. Tell John and Chris that I sent you. 100 years means that you're not just really good. You're the best. 100th anniversary, Love Heating. Online, love-hvac.com today.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
At
family, we love the communities we serve. That's why we created our Give Back program to support organizations like HOAs, schools, and churches. If you'd like to hear more, please give us a call at 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Farm Credit Union, absolute best ways to help you save. Maybe you went a little bit overboard during the holiday season. I mean, don't we all? But you got to make sure that you refocus and maintain for the year of 2020. And the starting gate should be Kevin and the gang at Farm Credit Union with ways that you can save, making sure that your budget is where it needs to be, and then never stopping, always coming up with new ingenious ways to continue to help you save. Also, remember this, coming up in the next couple of weeks, my daughter Lainey and I are going to help you out with a Sprout account. That is the program that starts a college fund for your children. We're going to give somebody a chance to win cash to start their very own Sprout account. That is coming up in the next couple of weeks, so listen for that. Kevin and the gang at Farm Credit Union, always coming up with new ingenious ways to help you save, including the Sprout account for your child's future. Either a branch location today or online, forumcu.com for more info.
Sign up now at BetRivers.com. Bet on every football game. Go to BetRivers.com and check out the lines for today now. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Powered by the Hubler Auto Group, Indiana's auto giant. When shopping for a new ride, click drivehubler.com. Only Hubler includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile limited warranty.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. The Pacers host the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow evening at 6:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Collect them, trade them, or just enjoy them.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Thank you for joining us. You guys are awesome today. Kyle's over there. I'm John. Eddie's in here as well. Greg Lansing, head coach Indiana State a little bit earlier. TJ McConnell, guard Pacers, off day, decided to drop in here. I appreciate them more than he knows. Both podcast up, 1075thefan.com. Foreigner, Kansas, Europe tickets, Zach Brown Band tickets, courtesy of our friends of Live Nation for the Ruoff Music Center coming up this summer. That's a July and a September show, respectively. Your chance to win is coming up in a bit. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, CBS 4, Fox 59, Mike Chappell joins us. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Great. Beach Grove, everything nice, going swell, easy. Yes.
It's 30 degrees and sunny in Beach Grove, and more important, my snow shovel is leaning against my house, and I don't need it. So all's good.
As long as that's maintained, I think we'll all be very happy. Speaking of maintained, the Colts going to continue to maintain this protocol, this path, this blueprint of building through the draft and not leaning, even though they have the cash, on free agency. Is that going to maintain, or they might be a wrinkle or two coming up in March?
I don't know why we would think it's going to be a lot different. I mean, even though, again, you kind of we've talked, this is the strangest dynamic in the NFL where you've got an owner who says, first of all, you got like 100 in counting carryover, they'll have about $130 million in cap space, which is ginormous. And you've got an owner that says, here's my checkbook, knock yourself out. And you've got a GM that says, no, I don't want to do that much. You and I think that they should be more aggressive, or more, maybe not aggressive, more free with that money. But I don't think so. But they just, if they would go out and get another Justin Houston type, where it's a guy that's going to get at what he does, gives you 11 sacks. Now maybe a receiver that's giving you 70 catches and 6 touchdowns. I think there's 2 or 3 positions that they need to get veteran help, because I just don't know, even with 9 draft picks and 3 of the top 44, I just think you need more. This is a young team. It really is. And if Vinatieri doesn't come back, it's a real young team as far as age. And I just think you need a few more veteran guys. Remember what Ballard said is, in his season wrap up to where he sort of missed out on maybe the importance of veteran voices. He pointed out Mike Mitchell and Al Woods in the locker room. So, but does that mean he's going to give a main free agent, $15 million a year and $30 million guaranteed? I doubt it. But I would love to see when the draft's over at the end of April, I would love to see that they've added 2 quality receivers, maybe a vet and certainly a draft pick and a pass rusher, and who knows, a left tackle. Until Anthony Costanzo says, I'm coming back, you almost have to approach that he's not coming back.
I think this. I think if he were to retire, certainly doesn't screw them time frame wise, but it's as significant to me as when Luck stepped away, at least for the foreseeable future for this team. That's the house of cards fall.
It's not the same level as quarterback, but it's right there.
Yeah.
At least, like you said, at least now you'd have time somehow to find a replacement as opposed to, we got Jacoby Brissett, because you say that because, honestly, that was your only option. But it's so black or white. If Costanzo comes back, which I hope he does because he's a quality player and I like the guy and he's good in the locker room, then at least for another year, you're set at left tackle. And then you can look, your priorities are quarterback, receiver, however you want to do it. If he doesn't come back, I could almost argue that the top of the list is left tackle. Because I just don't know. There's no one on the roster. They've done nothing to prepare. They've done nothing to prepare for this. They really haven't. And the left tackles are just so hard to find. They're just, people don't get rid of them. And in the draft, you're talking top, 10, 12. So all of a sudden, if AC doesn't come back, maybe that I would think that first round pick at 13 needs to be a left tackle. So it's funny. We may have talked to Zach Kiefer and I always are arguing over who's the most indispensable non-quarterback. He sticks with T.Y. Hilton because they're 1-10 without T.Y. and we saw what they are without him. I've stuck with it. I'm still going to stick with Costanzo. They're 2-10 without Costanzo, so it's not a big difference. And anyone that wants to see this offense operate without a left tackle, knock yourself out, because what you're going to get your quarterback beat up, or you're going to have to, give so much help to the left side that it paralyzes your offense. So I understand the T.Y. argument. I do, and I can make that strong as well. But when you're building a team, you're talking quarterback, left tackle, pass rush, and you can argue pass rush or left tackle all you want. But that's why this is going to be a monster decision, certainly for Costanzo. And I tell you, one thing that people need to keep in mind, anyone who saw the video of Luke Kuechly, was that yesterday, the day before?
Day before, yep.
Day before. This is a guy that was tortured. This was not an easy decision. And I'm sure at some level, high level, concussions played a major role with him because if he's had 4 documented, he's had 8. That's just the way concussions are. Costanzo, I don't know what I know about it. Costanzo's decision is not on that level as far as this isn't a guy walking around, limping and all. He's got his injuries as everybody does. But for the most part, I think he's in pretty good shape health-wise. But when a guy's thinking about retirement, when he's thinking about it, he's almost got a foot out the door. So this could really, really wrinkle their immediate off-season plans.
Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. This goes a little further back in our conversation, but you mentioned if Adam Vinatieri is no longer on the team, they're going to move on, right? Because I had brought this up before as to if he goes through rehab and they feel that he is better than Chase McLaughlin, that it wouldn't surprise me if he came back. But most people think I'm crazy for saying that. Am I?
Well, no, because go back and I remember what Ballard said in his 72-minute press conferences. Remember, they brought in 6 kickers in September and 4 more, or 4 again in whatever it was later. And after the tryouts, they went to Vinatieri and said, "You're better than all these guys." And this is with a bad knee. So if I'm the Colts, I would have to be so darn sure that the knee's not an issue, that it solved all the issues, except for the fact he's going to be 47. There's not a lot. I don't think they've got a surgery for that yet, other than Botox.
Would you rather have a healthy Vinatieri at that age than Chase McLaughlin?
My gut says no, but this is a different 47-year-old. What they've got to decide is how much of it was age, how much of it was the injury. If they're convinced that the injury was 90% of it, and he gets out there and whenever, I can't remember when he told me he can start kicking. I can't remember. Was it 4 to 6 weeks? I just don't remember when I talked to him in January what he said. But the problem you have is, first of all, you bring him back. You've already got McLaughlin here. You extended him the 1-year deal, so he's here. And then you would truly have a kicking competition in the off season and training camp. The problem with bringing, if you want to call it a problem, the issue with bringing Vinatieri back is if you get into training camp and McLaughlin is right there with him, then what do you do? Do you give Vinatieri that 1-year deal? Again, he's had like 6. It's incredible how many 1 years he's signed. But you do that with the possibility of having to cut him. We went through this last year and it was awkward. I don't know how. And if they gave him the extended rope last year, the leeway last year, what would you do this year? There are so many possible pitfalls of bringing him back. In knowing Vinatieri the way I do, this guy's wired different. He does not want to go out with his last kick being that the kick 6. He doesn't. Now whether he can come back and prove to him, that it's behind him, and now his only issue is he's 47. Because what he told me is when he's healthy, he can kick. He can kick at a high level. And, as it comes out now, he's been dealing with his knee injury for 2 or 3 years. And he mentioned, too, it was a patella. It got to be a patella issue as well. And so I don't know. There are so many issues with it. And whether the team would want to go down that road again, I don't know. McLaughlin was all you need. He more than filled the bill. He missed 1 kick, I think. He missed 50-yarder or whatever it was. And he's a rookie, so if he works out, you've got him for however long a kicker. Certainly not 24 years. You and I will both probably be dead by then. But it's a good question. But if they would bring him back, it would be the idea that there's going to be serious competition, and you're going to have to earn it. Do you want to do that? And then with the possibility of cutting Adam Vinatieri at the end of August, if he isn't showing you what you need to see. I don't know. And I don't, again, if he comes back from this and feels well and is kicking well on his own, at Carmel High School or wherever, he's going to want to play again. I just don't think he's the kind of guy that wants to walk away with this being his last impression. And then that's going to put the onus on the Colts, whether or not they want to give him another chance to finish it here. So that's a dicey situation.
Mike Chappell, CBS 4, Fox 59's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Would you choose, if I made you choose, I guess I am essentially doing so right here, he returns healthy next year, or the Colts draft a quarterback at number 13, or even maybe more said, move up to draft a quarterback? What would you say would be more possible in this case?
At quarterback, I don't think they move up to take a quarterback. First of all, how high you get to move up, because you got 3 or 4 teams above you that want quarterbacks, need quarterbacks. I think they take a quarterback second round, and Brissett's your starter, and you let this guy sort of compete and learn. And if he's the real deal and mid-season, Brissett's doing what he did the second half of this season, then you turn to this guy. But I just don't see them moving up top 6 or 7 to get a quarterback. First, it'd be so expensive because of other people up there. Again, if there was just Cincinnati and Miami that needs a quarterback, then okay. But there's not. I can argue 4 teams of about the Colts need quarterbacks. And I just don't see them moving up to get one of the top 3 quarterbacks. I just don't see it.
Yeah, that part's going to be interesting too, and especially, and again, there's a lot of ground to cover here. I mean, it's really early. We haven't been to the combine yet. You're going to have free agency in March, and then ultimately the draft. But how they regard, prioritize in this case the draft, especially with their first pick, is where we sit right now at number 13. I would say it'd be wide receiver, but then again, there's a lot of depth, so maybe. Sure. They don't view it as at 13 as important as we sitting here might.
I agree. If all things being equal, if you're not going to get one of the top 3 quarterbacks at 13, which you won't, and again, it could very well be that whoever these draft experts, Kuipers and McShay's and all these guys have as their top 3, maybe Ballard likes a guy who they've got 5th or whatever. So you just don't know that. But if you take the left tackle, if you say okay, he's back, then I would argue that, boy, give me a receiver at 13. Just give me a guy that's going to blow the top off the defense, and that's not necessarily a criticism of T.Y. It's a recognizing that he's 30 or 31, and this next contract for T.Y. will be it. Reggie played till he was 36 or whatever it was, 30. I'm working on my Hall of Fame stuff right now. So Reggie played till he was 36. I don't think you can anticipate T.Y. being the guy until he's 36. You just can't. So, boy, you got to have a receiver. You need a pass-catching tight end. With no disrespect to Jack Doyle, you need a guy who and there's a bunch of them in college the way they play. So, but the quarterback situation, I think Ballard probably has somebody that he sort of likes, and he thinks he can get him top of the second round. Don't they have the 34th pick? Knowing how he loves draft picks, and he does. He's not blowing smoke. To move up into the top 5 or 6 to get one of those top 3 guys, not Burrow, but one of the other 2 guys, it would cost an arm and a leg, and unless he just believes this guy is a franchise maker, whoever it is, I think they stay at 13 and get a left tackle or receiver and get you your quarterback in the second round. But again, it all depends on how he likes the quarterbacks, and anyone who thinks he's going to tip his hand is crazy. He'd be crazy to do that. But there will be a run on quarterbacks. There's always a run on quarterbacks because you don't want to pass on, you don't want to get Mitchell Trubisky when you could have had Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. So if you think the guy is, if you're convinced that guy is that good, then you do what it takes to get him. But again, to move up in the top 5 or 6 to get one of those second or third guys would really be expensive.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Mike Chappell joins us, by the way. It's kind of funny looking at what's transpired in the postseason because everybody thought for a moment at least in the first half or until halftime in Kansas City that maybe AFC South would represent overall in that title game coming up on Sunday. Luckily for me, at least, because I was nauseous enough with Tennessee being a part of it. Luckily for me, that's not going to happen. But did everything that has happened in this postseason, did that, you think, because I know Jim Irsay had said via a release that he felt that they were really, really close. And to me, and I know it's season to season, it's very easy to make up ground in an off season, but I thought these teams now pushed a little further than even we had thought by virtue of what they've accomplished in the offseason, especially Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, and I could argue, I think they're not that far away from being a division contender because they beat Kansas City in Arrowhead. They beat Houston. They beat Tennessee in Nashville, obviously before they went to Tannehill. In Houston was a quality win. So they're not that. They're certainly not that far away from being a division contender. A Super Bowl contender, further away, obviously. But again, if they just had even moderate quarterback play this year, they might win the division. They just might. There's 2 or 3 games that they probably win. So the only thing that's squirrely is how real are the Titans? I think they're pretty well grounded with Derrick Henry, who's going to be a free agent, and Tannehill, who's going to be a free agent. What's crazy is, if I'm not mistaken, of course, Derrick Henry has just been taking the heart out of people, just been killing them. The last 2 games, I believe Tannehill's thrown for under 100 yards.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting, too, because you're going to end up having to overspend or overpay on a quarterback that may not be the guy, and that's hamstringing for the future.
Well, the safest thing is to franchise him at whatever it is, $27 million, and say, we really appreciate what you did last year. Let's see you do it again. Because the NFL history is full of guys who had that one shining moment. They cashed in, and then they sort of reverted to who they were. But Derrick Henry's a real deal. Houston, I tell you, I'm sitting there watching that Houston game, and you're watching it, and even now, to think you're ahead 24-0 early in the second quarter, and you trail by halftime, that's incredible. But that's Houston. It's Houston who has those 4 or 5 transcendent players, and then what else are they? So I trust Tennessee more to sort of sustain this, if sustain's the right word. Houston, I just don't know how you trust them, and there were 2 columnists down there calling for his head. Said, hey, well, I mean, you guys are real. And again, this is a guy that's won 3 of the last 4 division titles and playoffs.
4 out of the last 5 AFC South. Yeah.
But it's obvious that they're able to get to there and no further. They 3 of their home games. It was remember Kansas City pounded them like 30-0 that one year, and last year the Colts took them 21-0 and 21-7.
Well, and they were down 16-0 to Buffalo, right? At home, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's why I say that, to me the Colts aren't that far away. But again, when I say that, I'm talking for playoff contention in the division. Now, again, if you want to talk Super Bowl, then it's a different story. But for people who, and again, the local media, which I'm guilty on part of it, in the fan base, you're always more critical on your own team. You always see your warts as being the real unsightly thing on the end of your nose and all that stuff. Very, very few teams can you step back and say, this team's pretty well put together top to bottom and all this. Every team, for the most part. I saw some stuff in Philadelphia where they want to run Carson Wentz out of town. Bring him over here. Colts could use him. So, but having said that, until you get a couple positions fixed, quarterback being one of them, and receiver, and there's 3 or 4 positions that really need addressing. I think that all you are right now is a division contender, not a championship contender.
So Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59, he's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Yeah, we'll start getting heavy into it. We will. I mean, Combine coming up in February, and then got free agency. We'll see how things go.
I'm really curious how much more aggressive he'll be about it in free agency. I don't think much, but give him, go out there and get you 3 players who are, I don't say difference makers, but guys who will come in and play at a high level and be what you need. And in the past, they've not done that. Now, Houston was a great signing. A couple of years ago, Danico Autry was a good signing. He sort of fell off this year. Jamal Sherrod was a real good signing. Eric Ebron, not so much after 2 years. But you just think they need to go out and get 3 players or whatever who are viewed, and it'll be short term. It'll be, a 3-year deal or whatever. That for that term, they're going to give you what you need, barring injury. And I hope to do that, but I'll need to see it to believe it.
Deep down inside, privately, and not being upset with the direction. I would love to know if Jim doesn't sit back at sometimes and say, man, would you spend some of my money? Spend it. Spend it.
It's just the dynamics are incredible. Where sometimes you got a GM says, "Hey, come on, open up the strings a little bit," and the owner says, "No." And here it's totally different. Jim's given. Here's my checkbook. Write it. I mean, there were a couple of guys, and I don't remember the names, whether it was Preston Smith or whomever. And if Ballard wanted to break the bank, he could have done it, and the owner would have said, "Nice signing." And for the most part, Ballard and his guys put a price on somebody, and once the price gets above that, they don't go over that. And in the past, with not so much Polian, but with Ryan Gritson, it was if a guy comes in, he's not leaving here until he signs. For the most part, I mean, with some restrictions, you pay whatever it takes, and that's not what Ballard has done. And will he change in his fourth year? Why would he? Why do we think he would?
Hey, before I let you go, too, and I'm not going to get deeply into it, did you get one of those Grigson letters, emails?
I've gotten a few from him, but not like some guys apparently. Not apparently, like some guys have.
Yeah.
No. Some folks just need to let it go
And that's it. And this is my thought on it, because people have asked me about it, and I certainly know the background story. It would have been better off just if you let it go and don't mention it. I mean, you turn over a new leaf and you look completely different 2, 3, 4, 5 years later.
Right.
Because we know the thing that he was really good at that struck Jim as to one of the big reasons why Jim hired him is because he was, as an Italian evaluator and a scout, an incredible grinder. I mean, and that's what really set him apart, I think, once he got hired here. And I think that you reestablish that and you get further and further away on how, media or whomever, fans described you, but you bring it back like this, and then you just kind of open up the old wounds. I don't think it does him any good. I don't.
It doesn't. I sort of understand. Maybe I would be that way if I was in that position and people were just trashing me.
Understand? Yes, I agree. I agree with you.
But the harder thing is to do what you need to do, and that's just kind of move on. But again, at some point with Chris Ballard, there will be. This is what we're going into year.
It's coming. It is coming.
I'm not saying that the honeymoon's over, because you shouldn't have much of a honeymoon. But at some point, and again, the problem is the Andrew Luck decision. Boy, it just sets you back. I go back to sitting there in the third week of August, and this team was in place. Everything that we had said they lacked around Andrew Luck, they had. The offensive line, the running game, a deep receiver core, a young defense, and then he takes himself out of the mix, and all of a sudden you're sitting there. I'm telling you, I'd love to have been able to read minds on August 24th when Luck's talking up there, and you got Jim Irsay and Frank Wright and Chris Ballard sitting there.
Well, I mean, Chris was red-faced, and it wasn't for embarrassment, and it wasn't, surprise. He was mad. So
I think, I think it's.
He can say whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants, but that's how I interpreted that.
I'd have been royally pissed, because it's like, gosh, I've done. We finally got this in place, and we just weren't blowing smoke. That was a Super Bowl caliber team, the way it was put together. And then, oh, by the way, Luck's not playing, so here's what the Colts haven't had in years past. Now you've got to solve that position. And that's not been the case since 97 when you had to figure out your quarterback thing when Manning was there for you. So this offseason is going to be all about how they deal with the quarterback situation and whether they think Brissett's the long-term answer, which, again, we talked about based on what. Why would you say yes based on what you saw? But failing that, then who is, and how do you deal with it? And that will go so much of a long way toward determining how Chris Ballard and his personnel guys are viewed here, because you got to get that guy in. I realize he doesn't want to be about one guy. I understand that, but you got to get that guy in place, whether it's the elite guy or the guy who is more than good enough to get the job done, and throw for more than 200 yards in a game. Because the fact that they ran for 2,100 yards or whatever it was, 2,200 yards, when you're throwing for 180 every game, incredible.
Mike Chappell of CBS 4, Fox 59's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Always a pleasure, man. Have a great weekend. We'll talk at you next week.
Sounds good.
It's Mike Chappell right there. Yeah, it's funny. The big story going on right now is obviously the Astros. And the latest, and I saw it courtesy of USA Today, where Trevor Bauer, the Reds right-hander, had basically said he had heard the rumors regarding Altuve and Bregman in particular. Those were the two players mentioned wearing buzzers and being told via buzzers what pitches were coming, which takes this to an entirely new and ridiculous level. And it has made some, I think, make or have a particular opinion that maybe is this worse than steroid era? Is this level of cheating worse than roided up players? I mean, at least we enjoyed the steroid era. Didn't we? Roided up players.
That's actually tougher than you initially would think.
Brady Anderson, the late Ken Caminiti. Players that, Brady Anderson's case went from, 10 home runs to 50 plus, 40 plus. Is this form of baseball cheating worse than roided up players?
I think it might be.
That sounds like a Connecticut water question of the day right there. Quick break. We'll come back with your calls at 239-1070. Greg Lansing, TJ McConnell, Mike Chappell, podcast 1075, thefan.com. Robert Tonyan, tight end, Green Bay Packers. He is a former Sycamore, is going to join us on the show coming up tomorrow. Back with you next.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today for no credit needed financing and the lowest price on every tire every day. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
This ad for Hellsberg Diamonds has been specifically written for people who would rather think about football than engagement rings. If we're going to sign a new quarterback to a long-term contract, it'd be great if there were some guarantees. And if that quarterback were a diamond from Hellsberg, there would be a price match guarantee, meaning you won't find better quality at a better price anywhere. That guarantee would make it easier to sign that quarterback, and at Hellsberg, buy that engagement ring. All made possible by one of Hellsberg's great financing options. Visit us at Plainfield Commons. Hellsberg Diamonds, a Berkshire Hathaway company.
Hey, Johnny for LD Smith Plumbing. I needed plumbing greatness, and I got plumbing greatness. Thanks to my friend Lance and his team at LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526. I'm telling you, the absolute best. Whatever you need, they can get the job done for you and also give you great deals like this. $300 off a tankless water heater. That's going on right now at 317-284-9526. Mark, Joe, Phil, Tim, Trevor, Alex, Sean, Kevin, Jennifer, Elizabeth, just all the great names of the great folks as a part of helping you out with either major plumbing issues or not so major, just kind of stuff that hassles you, that bugs you. They can do it all, and they're the absolute best. That's LD Smith Plumbing. 317-284-9526 or online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
Hey, it's Big Joe, and it's a new year, so make sure that you're safe all year long with a AAA membership. AAA gives you and your loved ones peace of mind for about $6 a month. You spent that on postage for a dozen Christmas cards. You get a flat tire, dead battery. Maybe you lock your keys in your car. Don't sweat it. Just call AAA. And because it's January and cold outside, you don't want to be stranded alongside the road. You don't ever want to be stranded alongside the road. And you certainly don't want your loved one to be stranded either. Kids going back and forth to college, a spouse going to and from work, or maybe you in your own parking garage. AAA has over 60 million members nationwide. That's up 1 million from last year. It's such a smart investment. And for about $6 a month, for membership information, visit AAA.com or call 844-AAA-GO. AAA can also help you with auto, home, and life insurance. And don't forget about AAA advantages when you're planning and booking vacations. Again, you can stop by an office, go to AAA.com, or just call them up at 844-AAA-GO.
Zach Brown Band, live. Roar with the Lions Tour, presented by Polaris. Friday night, September 11th, Ruoff Music Center.
Someone that I used to know.
Zach Brown Band with special guest.
See you again, but I'm stuck in cold.
Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at ZachBrownBand.com.
Hi, it's Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan here with Chuck Jones from BUSS Chevy. Hey Chuck, you know what people really love?
What's that, TK?
Free things.
Is that right?
That's right, Chuck, and you need to give people what they want.
Okay, TK. Tell you what, this Friday and Saturday, every ride sold will come with free oil changes for 3 years. That's right, 3 years.
Free oil changes for 3 years?
That's right. Just ask for the TK deal.
Free for 3, only at BUSS Chevy this Friday and Saturday.
Find new roads to Bill Estes Chevy or online at BillEstesChevy.com.
I watch Fox 59 News every day. Fox 59 keeps me more informed.
They just know their stuff. They're on top of it.
Fox 59, honestly, at 10 o'clock is perfect for me.
It's a great way to get ready for bed and chill out and see what's going on.
Banshee Stinger, she's classic.
Dan Sealer knows exactly what he's talking about.
Brian Wilkes, he's been a guy that I've been going to for my weather needs for a long time.
I think they have the best weather, and I definitely trust them.
They're just more reliable, a little more in-depth, and that's why I enjoy it.
Central Indiana's #1 local news. We are Fox 59.
Fox Sunday.
911, what's your emergency?
It's an all-new 911 series.
This crew can't just be good, you gotta be the best.
New city.
Welcome to Austin.
New heroes.
Austin FD, coming through.
Same call.
Pull back! Pull back!
Rob Lowe.
Let's show them what we got!
Liv Tyler.
In Texas, you do what I say, Captain.
911 Lone Star. The 2-night premiere event begins
Sunday after the NFC Championship on Fox 59.
Hey, January's here. Right on? It's exciting month of sports. You want to make it even more enjoyable? Get in on the action. FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel Sportsbook, #1 in America, online sportsbook, and that's for a reason. I'm telling you, great ways to bet and an easy-to-use app. All that going for you. Promotions, cash after winning, getting back fast. So now if you're holding out, I'm going to give you a little reason why to motivate and to go get it. FanDuel Sportsbook's giving new users this time, right now, first bet risk-free. That means you can place any bet within 7 days of signing up, and FanDuel Sportsbook will refund you up to $500 in site credit if you do not win. So maybe hard target this weekend, the championship games in football. To claim your risk-free bet, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app inside the App Store, FanDuel.com/Android. Be sure to use the promo code JMV. That's promo code JMV for your first bet risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook. Do it now. Must be at least 21 and present in Indiana. Signed credit not withdrawable and expires 14 days after receipt. Terms and restrictions apply. For help with gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
At Papa Murphy's, get made-from-scratch pizza for a low price. For just $11, pick up a chicken bacon artichoke pizza. It's so good, you'll want to break out the fancy napkins. Pick one up today and enjoy a slice of the good life for the very down-to-earth price of just $11.
Sports with Dan Duckett.
Sage Steele joins us. I'm tired of having to apologize for playing basketball at Indiana University, #1, and Fort Bob Knight, #2. It's probably more personal than any other thing in my life, not family related.
Understandably so. You're one of those people that I cheered for forever ago and still do, frankly, and I love it because you bring it every day. Your passion on the court is exactly what we hear every day on radio and see on TV.
Dan Duckett, weekdays, noon till 3 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Are you kidding?
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
At JMV 1070 on Twitter. JMV, do you think there's a fairly sizable segment of baseball fans who don't consider this such a scandal, considering we all know everybody cheats in baseball? Yeah. I think the innovation and the ridiculous nature of it, absolutely. Now, it's different from the steroid era because I think we all enjoyed it. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoyed it. I mean, crap ton home runs. Everybody's doing it. Chicks dig the long ball, all that stuff. I mean, there's some innovation behind it, that's for sure, but I don't think people enjoy it nearly as much as the roid era. I don't know if they suggest everybody cheats either. I don't think it does, at least. This is for Tucker. What are you talking about? Of course it's worse than the roid era. The steroid era was incredible. And another thing, what type of clown talks about Ken Caminiti and Brady Anderson? These guys are a bunch of pigeons compared to Sosa and McGuire. Hey, listen, clown or not, I'm not going to go easy. I mean, you just got to be it's easy. That's you. I mean, any idiot can yank Sosa and McGuire out their ass end. I mean, I go a little bit deeper than that. I think that's what you want from me. Unless you're a dip blank like you. I mean, hell, anybody could come up with Sosa and McGuire. Oh, Sosa and McGuire. Incredible. Come on, you be better, Tucker. Sosa and McGuire? Oh, really? Oh, those guys are... Oh, I didn't know. Go deeper than that. Those guys benefited but in their career. I mean, you got guys that... Pigeons, right? I mean, you get slap-hitting dudes that hit 40-plus home runs. I mean, hell, Sosa and McGuire were already tattooing the baseball. I'll leave the easy for you, Tuck. How about that? Hey, JMV, who would win a three-point shooting contest between you and Demezy Anderson? That's a hell of a question right there. Anybody out there going to log any money on Demezy? Yeah, I hate to point it out, but every time anybody says, hey, this guy's a shooter, and I don't think I've ever seen him hit a shot. And listen, it's piling on, and I'm not trying to pile on because essentially what happened last night to IU is going to happen to a lot of Big Ten teams because it is a struggle to win on the road. That's just the way that it is. But it is mind-blowing to see the lack of shooting that this team has. It's not just bad. It's like Tucker Betwig or whatever that guy's name is, tweet bad. That's how bad that is. It was atrocious. Yeah, I know it, dude. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if Miss JMV's digging on that right now. I've been in Spots bunk for a while. Tim Greenlee says JMV is the Astro gate. See, this is the first time I've had a gate attached to it. I don't want a gate attached to it. The Astro sign-stealing scandal, not as serious as what Pete Rose did. Yeah, Pete Rose is going to be back, and I love Pete Rose. He's one of my all-time favorites. I think everybody knows that. But had Pete just, had Pete gone with a program, he would already be in there. JMV, every level of baseball tries to steal signs. It's part of the game. This is a different level. I mean, it's one thing to be down on second base and try to peer in on what Tucker Barnhart's trying to call or something. or if you have a pitcher, we talked to Drew Storn about this before. I mean, I remember, this was years ago. I remember that when Drew was pitching, his dad, who's Mark Patrick, watched every game and told Drew, hey, you're tipping your pitches. And he was right. I mean, it's one thing to observe that, but to use buzzers and, technology. Nah, I know it, dude. You didn't get me in trouble. Because I think she's so mad at me, she's probably not listening anyway. Listen, everybody out there knows the first two names in the roid era is always Sosa and McGuire. Always. What would you guys say? Roid era.
I'd probably say Jose Canseco.
Think so?
I think he's way up there too. Yeah, I bet you people would say Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Palmeiro.
Sosa and McGuire always are the first ones because what was it, 98 when they had the home run battle,
race.
And yeah, it always comes into my mind. So I go for the ones that aren't so easy, brother. Always. All right, quick break and we'll come back. You know what? While I'm thinking about it right now, let's give away some tickets. Want to do that? Zach Brown Band. I think this is September the 11th at Ruoff Music Center. You guys like Zach Brown Band? How about number 10 at 239-1070? Thank you, Live Nation. You guys are the best. Shout out to my man Kyle over there, too. And the way that the folks over at the Mirai, the way that they treated us and what was great last weekend with the Yacht Rock Review with Aaron and Lauren and Josh and Jimmy, thank you guys very much. But we love our relationship with Live Nation. Zach Brown Band right now, September the 11th. That's at Ruoff Music Center. 2 tickets. Call the 239-1070. Quick break. We'll tie it up, get you set for tomorrow where Robert Tonyan, tight end, Packers, former Sycamore, is going to join us and our usual Friday fun. Back with you next.
The NFL playoffs are in full swing, and it's your chance to get in on the action. Check out Let's Parlay, presented by Bet Rivers on 1075thefan.com to see how you can make some cash.
You know I like to give it to you straight. I will never back down when I feel strongly about something. It's about the right to fight for what you believe in, whether it's an opinion about sports or a much more serious situation like facing an unexpected life event. This is Dan Dockage. Unfortunately, some of you or your loved ones may have to face serious choices after an injury, accident as a driver, passenger, rider, or pedestrian. Where do you turn for help when fighting the insurance giants? If you haven't heard about this guy, you need to get to know Randy Sevenish, Indiana's injury lawyer. Others may say they'll fight for you, but can they say they were a former SWAT team commander? Randy Sevenish was. He's a man's man and a proven fighter with 35 years of experience practicing injury law. When you or someone you know experiences a serious injury accident, call my guy Randy Sevenish at Sevenish Law Firm, fierce protectors of the injured. 317-636-7777, 636-7777, SevenishLaw.com.
Get ready for even more excitement and winning at Central Indiana's hottest entertainment destinations. Live table games are now here at Harrah's Hoosier Park and Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. It's what you've been waiting for. Live blackjack, craps, roulette, baccarat, 3-card poker, and Mississippi stud. Add in the play-by-play action of sports betting and the newest and hottest slots. 2020 will be the biggest year of winning yet. Join us at Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson and Indiana Grand in Shelbyville. Your favorite gaming, racing, dining, and entertainment destinations. For more info, visit harrahshoosierpark.com or indianagrand.com.
Must be 18 or older to wager on horse racing at racetracks and 21 or older to gamble at sports books and casinos. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Please drink responsibly.
You always wanted a sure thing at Hooters, and now you got it. Indiana sports betting comes to the home of Killer Wings and the world-famous Hooters girls. Right now, get up to $300 matching bonus just for making your first deposit on BetRivers.com. Only Hooters has live streaming of odds on all the games through Connect TV. $300, wings, Hooters girls, and betting from the comfort of your bar stool. You may not have a chance with a Hooters girl, but you still might go home a winner when you book your sports bets at any Indiana Hooters. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Hey, John here for the best water. The best water possible is that of Connecticut. Anybody dealing with hard water? Hey, let me tell you this. It's bad news if you're dealing with hard water. Make sure you have the best with Connecticut. And that's where Connecticut Joe, the India Water Pro, and John and Dennis give you this great idea, this fantastic deal to make you understand and motivate you to get the best water possible. That's Connecticut. Premier Series water softener and the K5 in-home drinking water station. Buy both of those, combo that up, and you'll get $1,200 back in a rebate. $1,200 back in a rebate from Connecticut. You get the best. They're going to give you the best deal. 2 locations, Northeast Side, Castleton, South Side, US 31, and Southport Road, and online, ConnecticutIndy.com today.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com. You'll find a massive number of basketball betting options, bet point spreads, money lines, and game totals directly from your mobile device. Use one of our easy deposit methods to get in on the action. And when you win, we pay fast. We pride ourselves on our quick and easy payouts. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Playable only in Indiana.
What's Indiana style? It's being just as hungry for the rebound as the game-winning shot.
And now Sumner stole the ball. Sumner racing to the other end with a two-hand slam.
When your team is hungry, bring them together and join your Indiana Pacers for Lucas Oil Family Night presented by Chick-fil-A. Catch the Pacers and Minnesota Timberwolves Friday at 7. Tickets include a Pacers hat and meal voucher to redeem at participating Chick-fil-A restaurants. Get your tickets at pacers.com/family. Pacers, Timberwolves, Friday at 7.
There's a chance your local Geico agent has the same affinity for dad jokes as you.
What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know. Maybe an impasta.
Oh, so cheesy.
Did it grate on you?
Yeah, you really shredded me.
But there's a better chance your local Geico agent could help you out with auto, homeowners, renters, or condo insurance. Motorcycle, boat, or RV insurance, too. They'll work hard to provide sound advice and significant savings. You don't need to share a love for paternal puns to do that. Local Geico agents. Call or visit yours today.
The natural habitat of a creepy doll is a horror movie. It can't help being creepy. It's that small, fixed smile and those never-closing eyes, always watching you, plotting, which you're imagining. It's mindless. But when the creepy doll hears that Geico not only saves people money, but also gives them easy access to emergency roadside service through an award-winning app, it knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. The only question is, how did the creepy doll move from the bedroom to the hallway? I would get out of the house.
Let's ride along with Chip Wood and daughter Anna in the 1990s.
These new Cooper tires are pretty cool, huh?
Can we get ice cream?
New Coopers. Perfect alignment. How's that make you feel?
Hungry.
Did you ever wonder why everybody doesn't include a free alignment with a standard 4-tire installation?
Why, Dad?
Because they're corporate pinheads.
Oh.
But we run tire discounters our way.
Everybody gets ice cream?
This week, every customer gets the Friends and Family discount. Why? Because we can.
The Butler Bulldogs head to Chicago to face the DePaul Blue Demons. Saturday at 12:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Dirty White Boy. Is that Isaiah over there working the board? Dirty White Boy. You guys want some foreigner tickets? Foreigner, Kansas, Europe. That's July show, Ruoff Music Center. Dirty White Boy. Somebody had just actually sent me an email, and I don't know where this is. I don't know. I haven't looked. But somebody, Kyle, have you seen this? Somebody had told me that on our Facebook page, 107.5, whatever the Facebook page is, there was a post about, I guess it was about Dan or something. And then somebody referenced me as a redneck hilljack cracker. Is that the same as Dirty White Boy right there?
What'd you do to him?
Redneck hilljack or redneck hilljack cracker is what it reads right here. They said it's on a Facebook page. JMV, this came from a Facebooker named John Parker. And it's funny, I looked him up, and he looks exactly like Wilfred Brimley. Why would Wilfred Brimley be calling me a redneck hilljack cracker? Brimley? That's classic. Thank you, Ray, for the update, man. A dirty white boy. Hey, number 10, 239-1070, speaking of which, is going to go see Foreigner, Kansas in Europe on us coming up in July. Ruoff Music Center. Dirty white boy. That's outstanding. Wilfred Brimley? Wilfred Brimley, according to Ray, calls me a hilljack redneck cracker. And really, I don't know how much of that I can deny. I mean, I may just have to go ahead and own it. RD says everyone knows you don't live on a hill. You know what's funny about that is I live right next to one huge. I mean, really, it's tough for me to deny that entire thing. I don't know who this John Parker looks like Wilfred Brimley guy is that Ray's talking about here, but I got to raise my hand, and I think I got to cop to it. I guess so. JMV, he wants you to be fired. Well, I mean, get in line. Stand in line. There's a long line. Jeez. Thank you. I just outed John Parker, who looks like Wilfred Brimley. I tell you what, Ray, send me that picture if you get a chance. I appreciate it. I got to see this Wilfred Brimley character myself. God, that's outstanding. Hey, speaking of outstanding, tomorrow, check that. I'm sorry. Tomorrow's Friday. Numbnuts. Saturday, 6 until 10, I'm going to do an all 80s, all requests Saturday night JMV takeover party. And the twist is going to be I'm doing it myself. You know, normally I have somebody running the board like Kyle is doing right now, or Isaiah's trying to do right now, because I'm completely inept as a hilljack, redneck, cracker, incredibly inept, and I can't do it myself. And they want me to do it coming up on Saturday, and I said, sure, I can go ahead and come in and do it. And Chris Woolridge is not available, so they want me to do it by myself. So good luck with that. You may hear your first F-bomb dropped on B105.7 coming up on Saturday, but do listen. 6 until 10, it'll be fun. Greg Lansing from Indiana State, TJ McConnell, Pacers guard, Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59, 1075thefan.com. For the podcast, Robert Tonyan, Packers tight end from Indiana State, and the normal Friday fun tomorrow at 3. You guys are great. Kyle, Isaiah, have a great night.
You know you work well together as a team. Now take your team to Royal Pen and make your next corporate event fun and affordable. Royal Pen Leisure Centers offer the perfect combination of food and fun for your next group event. At Royal Pen, you don't have to be a super athlete to have a blast. Everyone's on the team when you're bowling. Bowling is a fun, affordable way to socialize and compete with your colleagues. Create team spirit without meetings, reports, or deadlines. Just good times. And keep in mind, it's always cool in our non-smoking facilities. To get the ball rolling, call Royal Pen today at 465-8484 and we'll organize your next corporate event. Get ready to trade in your wingtips and heels for a pair of bowling shoes and have fun bowling.
Set 'em up, knock 'em down, send them flying, spinning round.
For more information, call 465-8484 or look us up at royalpin.com.
Royal Pen Bowling, bowling. If you're looking for a dependable pre-owned commercial work truck, one name says it all. Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Box trucks, cargo vans, flatbeds. If it's a work truck you need, you'll find it at Indy Trucks. Plus, they're inspected, certified, and come with a 3,000-mile, 3-year repair warranty. Get top dollar for your trade-in. And easy financing is available if you need it at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Indy Trucks, we'll be looking for you.
Running a business, you've relied on the big machine to keep your internet and voice services worry-free. But one day, your voice and internet stop working, costing you customers by the minute. So you place a call to the big machine, and you hear, "Hold the line." After several transfers and hearing,
"Oh, I am sorry, but you have the wrong department. Hold, please."
You realize you're with the wrong company. You call Teltec.
This is Teltec owner Troy Brosseau. At Teltec, we take great pride in providing professional, hands-on support. Established businesses like Whole Wall Heating and Air and Carson Agency continue to experience the benefits of Teltec's customer care.
If you're a business of 10 to 200 employees or more, Teltec invites you to put an end to your reliance on the big machine and contact Teltec for a free review today. 317-390-8585 and click on simple123.biz. That's simple123.biz. Teltec.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. 2020 is officially underway, and if you're even considering buying a home this year, you need to act now. You need to be pre-approved by a strong mortgage lender like the Home Loan Expert. We have a full digital mortgage, lower rates on more loan programs, and we can get you closed and in your new dream home in 14 days. It's never too early to be pre-approved, and it only takes 5 minutes at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
I'm Nate, a home contractor and a homeowner. That's how I know there's nothing more important than trust when putting new windows in your home. So when I said to myself, you should get Anderson 400 Series windows, I asked, why? Then I responded with, because they're time-tested and have fewer callbacks. So I said, makes sense, let's do it. I couldn't be any happier with myself.
Or my new Anderson 400 Series windows.
Anderson 400 Series windows. The window contractors trust most in their own homes. Based on 2018 survey of contractors about Anderson 400 Series clad windows.
Payless Liquors is getting you ready for the Cowboy McGregor fight on Saturday. Conor McGregor's Proper 12 Irish Whiskey is just $29.99 a bottle. Jack Daniels in the 1.75 liter is only $39.99. Evan Williams Black Label in the 175 is only $21.99. And Crown Royal 750s are $23.99. And don't forget to get your tickets to the Bourbon Celebration through the Indiana Historical Society website. They're going fast, just like the stock at Payless Liquors. All 26 locations open 7 days a week. Online at PaylessLiquors.com. Don't pay more, get more, and pay less at Payless Liquors.
Hey, it's JMV and Love Heating and Air celebrating their 100th anniversary. So let's help them celebrate. Love will be offering a 92% high-efficiency gas furnace installed for just $2,100. All right? Gas furnace installed high efficiency, $2,100. Complete. And this is a limited time offer, so make sure you get in there while supplies last. Prices includes equipment, materials, and labor. Love-HVAC.com for more info now.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Stop by your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today for no credit needed financing and the lowest price on every tire every day. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BV, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Hey, join me tomorrow. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the 2 playoff NFL games. I'm going to tell you exactly how to bet it and what to do with it. Also, get you ready for the weekend of college basketball. It's going to be good.
We know you're busy. Bills to pay, mouths to feed, and the man needs another favor. So just in case you missed what happened on The Fan today, we've got your back. And even if you did hear it live, you probably need to hear it again. Here you go. All in one place and in just 1 hour. The best of the best from today on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. This is Instant Replay. This afternoon on the Dan Dockett Show.
Hey, Dan, what color of polish are you going? I'm not going. No, I'm actually taking my Christmas nail polish off today. I'm going to get a nice pedi. The great Jay Wright. Hey, do you ever get a pedicure?
Believe it or not, no.
What?
I haven't. I'm not as.
You're a man's man, aren't you? You're just a man's man.
No, I would do it. I just don't take the time to do it. Actually, I got to do it now. If you did one, I definitely have to do it now.
Well, I did. You know, the thing about not being in coaching is I work from noon to 3, and then I'm done. I'll see you later. You know what I mean? It's like I got to fill my time, right?
You know the other part about it is, as you know, as only a coach knows, even if you would have free time to do it, you would feel guilty. You'd feel like you should be recruiting or watching film, so you wouldn't do it because you would feel guilty doing it.
Coach, explain that. Like, if you're out of the office, like doing something like just for fun, something invariably goes wrong back at the office, right?
Oh, yeah. I had a run for like 6 consecutive years where we would take the last 2 weeks of August and go down to the Jersey Shore, and every year for